Good morning, good morning. Adjust this here real quick. All right. Cool. Sorry we got started a few minutes late here today, this morning. Fortunately, not been feeling 100%. But we're here and we are going to see. This is our town from the last stream from last weekend. And we're going to see if we can expand into a new region. We did conquer another region here at the end of that last stream. So we're going to see if we can go ahead and expand and get a second town going here. And, you know, just continue to expand across the map. Yeah, that's kind of our goal here. Might not be as long of a stream as last week, since I'm not feeling 100% here, but we'll try to get some cool stuff done here. As usual, let me know if you guys have any questions or anything. Hope you all had a really good holiday week. Good Christmas and everything. And we got New Year's coming up this week here, so that's pretty cool. Definitely exciting. Alright, so we already took this region here, Burenbach. Looks like there's some leftover bandit camps. I think they've already been cleared, but they just never were actually taken for whatever reason, so we'll also just grab those up as well, just to get them out of the way. These guys color coded real quick. Got the burgundy and yellow theme going on. Lost a few of these guys in that last battle, but most of them are still here. I think we only lost like 5 guys. 5 guys. Yeah, that's it. All right, cool. So I just want to grab these remaining bandit camps that are just sitting here in this other region that we want to expand into. So get these out of the way. Hey, what's up, Sean? Good morning or good evening to you. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a good holiday week. How's everything going? Alright, so if we go into the administration and military, we'll just place a siege camp. No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't do anything. We'll place a settlers camp in this new region here. It's kind of cool because you can also choose like where exactly you want to settle. If you want to, put yourself near a particular region or anything like that. It's kind of interesting because it looks like this region next door is almost a mirror of our original region, because it has fertility as well. And then it also has a shoreline fishing. Yeah, so pretty similar. Oh, I guess there's raiders coming, so we'll have to take care of that as well. Okay, that's fine. These guys are gonna spawn basically right next to them, yeah. We'll take care of this real quick, I guess, first. Cup of tea. Let's chat. There we go. Cup of tea, building a Gundam wing. Anime model. Oh, we got an Xmas present, a Christmas present. Nice. Oh, that sounds cool. Is that a anime? Is that like Gundam? Is that like from Transformers or something like that? What is that from? That sounds pretty cool though. How was the holiday time? Yeah, it was all right. I don't know. I haven't really been. I haven't been like super sick or anything, but I don't know. I haven't really been feeling like 100% all throughout the week. So, but no, not too bad though. Had a good. Made some good food and hung out and stuff. Yeah, I've been trying to get more guides and stuff done here, but yeah, this new this economy guide and stuff is definitely it's kicking my butt. There's just so much new information and stuff I've been working on. I was trying to get, I was hoping to get it done, you know, throughout the week and have it posted by this weekend, but hopefully, I do have a lot of it, you know, mapped out and laid out and everything here. So I'm hoping that either by tomorrow it'll be done, and hopefully it comes out good and all that. Oh yeah, I see the picture. Yeah, it looks like is that like Transformers? It looks like Transformers basically, right? It looks dope. Well, that's nice. We get some good influence here right off the bat. We'll take that. Always take influence. Cool. Yeah, it's so easy. It's so easy when you do this. The military engagements are just so easy when you do this strategy. We just had the melee guys on defensive with the shield wall. I mean, this company lost 2 melee units, and this company lost 3 melee units. And then we just had this one group of archers shooting at will into the back of them after we engaged with the melee units. And we just took out 4 bands of bandit camps and only lost, what, 5 total soldiers? So yeah, that strategy, that combat strategy is so powerful. Alright, back to what we were doing. We got a good amount of influence there. We can almost contest press claim on another region with 2,000 influence, so that's nice. We have so much food. Maybe we should do a little bit of tith sacrifice too, huh? This town is pretty much chilling for now. We're just gonna, like I said, we're gonna see if we can expand into this other region that we already took, that we already claimed, and then continue claiming some more regions. It's good we got some influence there. Mech suits. Okay. So is that like its own? It's a separate. Is that from its own like anime show? don't think there's any bandits still here at these bandit camps, but I'm not certain. I'm pretty sure they're all just already cleared out and they're just sitting here. So we'll just grab them up real quick. Get them out of the way. But yeah, so we can put our settlement camp wherever we want in this other region. Like I said, it's kind of interesting because the it's almost a mirror of our original region. There's fertility here in this one, just like we have in the original region. There's salt. I mean, the only difference is that here we have a rich salt and a regular fishing, and here we have a rich fishing and regular salts. Other than that, it's almost identical. Oh, you know what? This actually might be... This actually might be kind of useful if we... So if we put in our settlers camp... I'm just going to put it, like, kind of near the border, so then we can have a really close proximity for, like, barter trades with the pack station and whatnot, to help this town get established really easily. But yeah, I mean, there's really not too much we're worried about here in the second town. We already have a strong town established over there, so we'll probably just pick a spot like I said, not too far from the border here. It should be cool, and we have plenty of money, so we'll just... I don't know if we necessarily need a plentiful start, but an average, we'll pay a little bit more for an average start for a little more starting supplies, and that should be cool. Let's do it. Gundam is a series. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. Makes sense in the genre. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I've definitely... I feel like I've heard of that. I don't really watch too much anime, but... Obviously heard of Transformers, but I feel like I've seen the Gundam stuff around too. That suit looks really cool though. Are you into like models and stuff typically? That stuff's always pretty cool. Alright. So now that we're got our new settlement here, we just got to do a little bit of a startup. Pretty much, similar to what we would normally do, but... So we'll go logging. Second oxen hitching post. And we'll get our supplies stored and housing and all that kind of stuff. I'm interested to see, though, with these leftover bandit camps that are here, if we take these, if we can just send regional wealth to this new town here, and that'll be like a really strong startup. Okay, let's turn off the day-night cycle for now. Oh, hey, what's up, Raiden? Morning, bro. Yeah, OG. Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha. Send resources to nearest town. Oh, yeah, interesting. So we did gain... Okay, wow. Well, maybe that's some tech right there. I've actually never really tried that. So there's these remaining bandit camps that, like, the bandits were already cleared out, but the camps are still here in this region that we just took over. And now we're just, go ahead and just... taking the camps, and then we can send that regional wealth to this newly established town. And so we're already getting regional wealth available here, which is pretty crazy. So that's some pretty interesting tech right there. I've actually never tried that. Alright, we'll staff up that logging camp. Let's see, where's water available over here? It's going to be pretty much right next to our logging that we just put in. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's just put a couple storage buildings here, and then we'll get houses put in here. Don't necessarily need a super fast pop expansion or anything over here. Go storehouse right there. And we'll put granary right here because we're going to put our market and our water well right here and stuff. So that's good. Get them going on that. Alright, so that is very interesting, though, about this regional wealth. Maybe that's some new tech. Hey, what's up, Ned? Good morning, dude. How are you? Hope you had a good holiday week. Hope everyone had a good holiday week. You just saw it and thought it was cool? Maybe this is the start of your collection, yeah. That's cool. Okay. Nice, dude. Yeah. Hey, it's all that's. Maybe we just witnessed the start of something great here. Wow. See, look, we already have almost 300 regional wealth here in this new town that we established. That's crazy. Yeah, that's right. Our Scottish compatriot over here. There's town. Wow. Okay, well, hey. Look at that. We already have 384 regional wealth already over here. That's pretty crazy. Alright, we'll bring these guys back. That was easy. Cool. So we got our storehouse here. Staff that. We don't need market stall right now. We just want them to get those supplies put away. We're just going to establish this new town over here. And hope we just need a little bit more influence, like 100 more influence, and then we can also claim another region as well. Snow again? Oh, geez, yeah, it was pretty cold here. Still is it's still pretty cold right now, but no snow. I feel like it usually snows here only like once a year. I feel like it's usually like in February. Although sometimes I think it's occasionally will snow in late December, but how do you like, do you like the snow, or is it like you just get sick of it? I feel like that could kind of go either way, right? Alright, cool. We got our granary and storehouse over here. Get some stuff starting to get put away. So, let's see. Let's get some housing. Just let us get 5 right here. Yeah, okay, cool. That'll be good. Just have them plot in those 5 houses and water well. You would. You have rain. You know, it rains a lot here too. Snow's not too bad, maybe 3 inches. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount, though. Oh, it was snowing down there in, like in Bonnie Lake, huh? Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, clear the driveway. Right, okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. I mean, I haven't experienced too much snow. But yeah, it feels like if it sticks around for a long time, then that's when it becomes like really irritating. But if it's just not there for for too long, then it's kind of cool. But like you said, especially like in the driveway or stuff like that, it's kind of like that can get really inconvenient real quick, huh? Alright, yeah, our main town over here is just coasting, although I guess in about a month and a half or so we'll have to get ready for another harvest here, but we're pretty much just chilling. So we're kind of focusing on our new expansion town here, and since we build it like near the border, we should be able to get a decent like pack station bartering connection going here. We can also get a road connection up here to make it a little bit of a faster access. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of awkward that this week we have it's New Year's on Wednesdays. It's like in the middle of the week. A little bit of like awkward timing there, huh? Let's move the switching post out of the way. Alright, there we go. So a few more houses here. And, I mean, in our secondary town here, we're not really worried about, like, too much, specifically. If anything, mainly just kind of going for, like, high food production so that we can sacrifice more food for more influence. That will probably be, like, the most ideal thing to have in our second region here. I mean, our economy's already, we already have plenty of treasury and everything from the original region, so there's not too much that we need to really, prioritize in our secondary region. Like I said, other than I think pretty much food production is going to be the top demand here. All right, saw pit. I noticed too. We got there's this storehouse here. No, I'm not sure. I'm a little confused how this happened, right? Because how do we already have salt and charcoal and iron ore over here in this storehouse. So did that come from the bandit camps that we took, or like how did that work? Salt, region stock. See, it doesn't, like, we didn't produce any salt or anything, obviously. Like, we've barely even just built like a logging camp and a few houses. So that's an interesting one too. I'm not sure if that came from like taking the regional resources from those bandit camps. That is kind of interesting. Did you guys notice what happened there? I don't know if I've ever seen that. We literally just settled this region, and for somehow we already have all these extra resources. So that's pretty interesting. I feel like it was from taking the regional resources from those bandit camps, but yeah. Alright, we got a new family moving in here, and we'll keep that going. We'll get wood cutting for firewood coming in. Okay, so soon we'll need farming tasks over here. I think we also would, I mean, we should have done this probably, you know, like a while ago, but it would be good to have like a really big orchard over here. We just, like I said, at this point, I think we really just want to be producing like as much food as possible to be sacrificing for influence.
Simply a bad. These things do happen.
So let's go ahead and move a couple of these things out of the way, and we'll put a big backyard area right here in our original town. Okay, keep an eye on our side town over here. We got firewood cutting going now, and what else? Let's start getting some planks. Good. And we got that other house up, and then we'll also get, there was the rich fishing over here, right? Yeah, so we'll get a fishing hut. A little bit of distance here, but we'll have to move this building a little bit and to get those roads connected in a sec, but it's okay. Fishing hut over here. And since we started out with all that regional wealth right off the bat in this side region, we can probably... We should probably either animal pens or like a big veggie garden or something like that. See if we can get a big garden here as well. I mean, I don't know if we need it to be that big, but see if that'll do something good for us. See how expensive that is. But that's nice, since we started out with all that regional wealth here already. We can already bump up some backyard extensions and food production and whatnot. Cool. And then similarly, let's plot big boy backyard over here, if we can. If these plot points don't get too wonky. Looks like they are getting pretty wonky. Not wanting to cooperate very well here. Let's see if we can, let's build a... force an outline here. Might be a little small. Let's see how that works. Alright, much better. So yeah, we're just upping our food production here for the most part. Matter of fact, I would say let's not worry about selling like excess food other than the wheat bread and sausages because they're so valuable, but we were also selling like carrots, for example. Let's just keep those. Get them sacrificed for influence. Oh, I meant to do orchard here. Whoops, that's okay. And then we also got September rolled around here. Should have already had these guys assigned, but all good. So let's grab a few extra workers here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, get them going on harvesting our crops here for autumn. Hey, what's up, Beth? How we doing, dude? Welcome in. Oh, nice. That one's really good. Look at that. That, like, almost completely fills out the... look at how much planting space there is in this one. That one's crazy. There's even another little sliver over here. Wow. Well, this was definitely a nice shape. Look at that one. How it's a bit more, like, horizontally rectangular in the back. I mean, the way this one filled out is crazy. Okay, we'll get that going. Add the living expansion. And same thing over here. Boom, boom. You settled in the same spot like you did? Next to the lake? Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, dude, this spot is, like, immaculate, right? That's what's up. Heck yeah. Yeah, I hope you had a good holidays as well, Beth. Thanks, dude. Yeah, I'm not feeling like, I don't know, like I'm not really, I didn't really get like sick or anything, but I just haven't really been, you know what I mean? When you're just kind of like not really 100%. Alright, we'll switch over some of these fields. Appreciate that though, dude. Thank you. On the first try, you rolled rich iron in farming? Oh my gosh. That's the dream, huh? Nice, dude. Well, that's some good luck right there. Glad to hear you've been enjoying this. Yeah, this spot is, like, amazing on this map, right? It's definitely probably one of the best best options for aesthetics. So we got some flax here, too. I think this is our first flax yield. So we'll have to... we do have a weaver's workshop, so we'll have to make sure that gets turned into, you know, linen. Alright, we'll let them, they should get all these farming tasks done here, no problem. Just switched over all our fields. Got plenty of stuff going on here in our main town, which is just looking really good.
You'll not find finer wares anywhere else.
Alright, cool. We got this new housing area for more farming over here in this one too. That's good. Alright, let's keep up on our new expansion here. Jeez, like I said, I'm just like really impressed with how much this backyard area filled out with the planting area. That's like incredible. So when these new people move in over here, we will definitely, like I said, we just want to get as much food production as possible. Let's stack this fisherman's hut over on the new region as well. Get some utilization out of our rich fishing deposit. And let's also get that marketplace real quick, because we do have firewood now available. We'll start supplying that. turn on market stall here, and let's also get this storehouse upgraded. You can check the messages at top center to see where those goods came from, but it would be the bandit camps. Oh, you have seen that happen before. Yeah, gotcha. It might be too far back now. Yeah, we might have missed the notification there to scroll back on it, I guess. But yeah, interesting. I've never really noticed that. That was pretty cool. So yeah, I assume it's from taking the regional, because I almost always just take the treasury, you know, from the bandit camp. So that was some pretty interesting tech. I guess if you just leave some of those untaken bandit camps in a region that you're about to settle in, then yeah, what a boost to, you know, just starting regional wealth and some resources, I guess, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so we can also get in a trading post over here. We just need people to move into our big veggie garden. We are starting to get the eel coming in. That's good. We got planks we're coming into. We have plenty of planks, honestly. Let's just hold back on that. Let's turn on the granary. Make sure that we're storing the new fish and getting that supplied. Might as well just get the church up over here too, so we don't have to worry about it. Let's put it over here, why not? Cool. Alright, new family's moving in over here. More food. I'm just gonna put them on corpse pit just to make it simple. Oh, are we out of pasture space over here? I guess time to slaughter some sheep. Gotta clear up some pasture space. Get to slaughtering. We'll open up some pasture space, no problem. Go ahead, butchers, do your thing. We all know how eager they are to slaughter up those sheep, dude. Jeez. You don't have to tell them twice, huh? It's always been that. That's a pretty good way to do the garden, stealing that. I know, right? Honestly, you can really spend a bunch of time with kind of playing around with like all kinds of different shapes and whatnot with the backyards, and you know, sometimes you'll get better utilization of the space with different shapes and sizes and whatnot. I know Tacticat's like pretty big on that kind of stuff too. But yeah, this one is definitely impressive. Like I said, wow. With that kind of more horizontally wide rectangle here. Look at how wide. I mean, that's like incredible utilization there. It's always been that case if you have a second region that is closer to a bandit camp. When you clear that camp, the coin will go to your second region because it's closer. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that part's cool. I've just never seen the these extra resources pop up. So that was definitely really cool, and it was pretty cool to see the animal ran away. Because we didn't slaughter the sheep fast enough, I guess. Well, don't worry, they're getting slaughtered now. But yeah, I guess that's some pretty cool tech in general there. Yeah, just save some unclaimed bandit camps for if you're getting ready to take a new region, if possible, and then just get a boost in regional wealth and supplies there. Pretty cool. we still have one free space here. We don't need like too many families, or like I said, we're really just trying to get a ton of food. So we can also, let's go ahead and add some chicken coops here because we have that regional wealth. We just want as much food as possible. We can also get charcoal going over here. Always a good call. Yeah, really, we just want to ramp up. I mean, we can even, let's build another big backyard area. We really, like I said, food, food, food. See if we can do another one just like that, basically. That'd be cool. Maybe this is a new go-to if we can replicate this. It's not as good with the... let's see if we can mess with it a little bit. The housing cutoff here is a little bit less ideal compared to our other one over here. See if we like angle that just slightly. Maybe that'll make a decent difference. Let's find out. Oh, that actually made it worse. So yeah, you can see how just like slight alterations to the layout or whatever, to like the outline, will make can make pretty significant differences. See that made it look how much worse it is now. See, now we're cutting off like way more housing areas, so you know, you can definitely have some pretty significant impact with just some minor differences on the outline or the layout. Okay, see, I mean, that's not horrible. I'm just going to go with that. I mean, we're not really necessarily, you know, it doesn't need to be perfect. Just for the sake of kind of checking out this new horizontal thing. I mean, it's not bad, though. This one, for whatever reason, just ended up being, like, perfect. Too steep. You took the Regensburg Guildsman perk again, and you did not get regional. Yeah. Oh, you did. Oh, you did get regional wealth from level 1 Burgage Plus. You took the Regensburg, and you did get regional wealth. Oh, okay. Just a little. Enough to buy more oxen and some chickens. Oh, wow. Oh, that's very interesting. Regensburg Guildsman. Increase regional wealth from Burgage plots. Oh, I see. So basically... I gotcha. See, now I kind of interpreted it as like... you know, any houses that are generating tax will generate an additional tax, but that's good to know that... I mean, the way it's described, I guess it does make sense. Even if it's a level 1 house, whatever house it is, you're just going to gain +1. So level 1 house has 0 regional wealth per month currently, so then it goes up to 1, right? So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, that's actually hadn't really realized based on the wording there. That's good to know. So like you said, I mean, it's not, you know, 1 regional wealth per month for a tier 1 house isn't like you know, huge economy gains or anything, but it's definitely something. So that's pretty interesting. You know, if we've got 10 houses up or whatever, that's 10 a month, like you said. I mean, you can help out, get, you know, some starting things going there. Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting. Here, let's go ahead and take it in our side region just to kind of see how it goes. We don't need to go for Vokland or anything in particular, so we'll just go for that and test it out a little bit. Alright, let's put these guys, I want these guys just farming. We'll just make it easy with good old corpse pit. Trickles in slowly at first. Don't really care about the import discount. Yeah, for sure. See, excuse me, the import discount would be really good. You know, in some cases, like I think we've talked about a few times before, but it doesn't seem to work. Or I don't know. I guess like we discussed, I guess it kind of does work, but it's like confusing. It doesn't work how it should work based on, or how it seems like it should work, I guess, at least in my opinion. Alright, now we need a little more wealth over here if we're going to put in another big backyard. But now we're generating, how many houses do we have? 10 houses, so we're getting 10 regional wealth per month now. We'll be rich in no time. That is an interesting one, though. I hadn't really messed around too much with that perk yet, but I had seen several people saying that they were having good, you know, good experiences with using it. So yeah, you can guys see here, like, you know, this one on the right didn't end up being quite as like good with utilizing the space. You know what I mean? We got a lot of empty space in this backyard area in comparison. So I don't know what happened with this one, but dude, this one is like prime time. That is so packed. Love that. Quite a bit of variance with those backyard layouts. All right, let's see. We did our farming task, should be all done, obviously, long done. So let's see. Windmill's already staffed. We're already doing that. What else do we need? We're chilling on tools here still, yep. Now we're already pretty much good to go over here. We're gonna be producing bread out the wazoo. Got plenty of ale. Yeah, nice. Okay, pretty much chilling over here for now. Let's ramp up our oh, I know what happened. We moved the, yeah, okay, we moved our woodcutter lodge and then we never restaffed it, so we'll need to get our firewood situation taken care of over here again. Forgot about that. We can, let's just put another firewood cutter right next to it, I guess. Just make sure that gets caught up. Okay, and our side region, like I said, it would be cool to put in another, which need food, so if we could sell some stuff to get more wealth again. We could also go for the, like I said, we put our, let's get pack station on both sides, because we put our town right near the edge, so we can have easy access for bartering connection here. See if we can set up a bartering connection, get that working, that'd be cool. Then we can get some stuff over here to start trading and selling. Speaking of which, if we just produce a decent amount of charcoal over here, we can start selling that and get some money coming in as well. In that way. Yeah, it should be discounted the whole price of 11. Yeah, I know. We watched like... You watched a video by the dev. Thought up most of the perks. Oh, are you talking about Darren? Yeah, I mean it should just be like the price of the ore to import is 11, so it should just be 30% off 11. It should go down to 8 regional wealth, but it doesn't because it's like 30% of the like the import tariff or whatever. I don't know. It's like some weird thing that just doesn't really actually make sense, and it doesn't actually give us really a benefit. So it's just dumb. Also, some confusion as to how the percentages work when you have chosen an origin and when you are looking at the affinities. More complicated than it needed to be, it seems. Yeah, well, that's pretty much their go-to way, right? Make everything more complicated than it needs to be. Darren, yeah, I've watched him on his YouTube a few times. But I try not to watch too much because it's kind of just brain rot, to be honest. At least for me. Alright, cool. We are getting our firewood situation back under control here. Alright, let's see if we can, let's order up a mule. And yeah, see, we are slowly gaining, we've gained, yeah, our little bit of regional wealth there from the Regensburg Guildsmen. Interesting. Oh, this has its own stable space, I forget, yeah. Alright, let's order up a mule. And let's see if we can barter a few things between our regions here. And we're also starting to produce that charcoal, so we'll go ahead and staff this. Trade. Fuel. Oh, we'll get this trade right here in a sec. We'll get that going. No worries. We'll have enough for it in the next month from our Regensburg Guildsmen. This would be cool to see if we can get a nice bartering connection going. Why does it still say that we don't have enough pasture space? It's probably just a lingering incorrect tooltip or whatever, right? Alright, let's go back to sausages, because we've taken out a good portion of our sheep. I guess it just hasn't figured out that we do have pasture space again. Hey, what's up, Mo Smarties? Good morning, dude. How are you? Hope you had a good holiday, dude. What you found scary is how bad he is at the game. He got beat by the AI. Yeah. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really, like, follow him, you know, previously to I didn't really know who he was before Manor Lords or anything, but... I mean, he's got, like a strong YouTube channel from doing, like, series on, like, Anno and, you know, other kind of similar city builders, survival, you know, whatever, similar sort of genre games or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of, it's a little odd because, I mean, he's, like, experienced in the genre in general, but, you know, whatever. Like I said, I try not to watch too much of that because it's just kind of brain rot. I've watched his stream before and was kind of cringing at a lot of the stuff that he was saying, so which is in general, how I feel anytime I go to the Manor Lords Discord or anything like that too. So I just kind of try to not get too involved in that. He was suggesting if you have, say, a 60% affinity for something, that was a 60% chance you would get the benefit. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I know some of the way that it's definitely confusing. Some of them. I was happy to learn. I think info Molrat pointed out in the last stream. The goat. He pointed out, which I hadn't noticed before, but on the, of course, as we already knew, there's, on any like production shop you can see this like yield right here, and it'll show you, how much stuff they've been producing within the recent days or whatever, and that's really cool. But the really cool part is you can see, like, for example, like on the tannery here, we have like the yield, and then their labor speed you'll also see be affected if you, for example, change, like this one doesn't have the maintenance slider or whatever, but I think if you change the maintenance slider, then this will be affected. But the cool part is over here, this tooltip's kind of, I don't know why we're not, okay, there we go. Yeah, so if you hover over right here, I discovered, I didn't realize that this was on here either. So we can see, so we have, for example, here in the environment tab, we have this affinity in the woodland section for the bark gathering, for example, which has the positive impact in the tannery. And so if we go here, then this is actually telling us this is showing us exactly what benefit we're getting here. So basically, this bark gathering affinity is giving us, an extra, what is that, 17%, right? So I guess basically we're getting 17% increased efficiency, right? If I'm understanding that correctly. Which isn't like a massive gain, right? But I thought that was pretty interesting, because I was also similarly like pretty confused to like a lot of the way that they're worded and stuff, and some of them probably still don't really make too much sense, but that definitely made a little more sense to me once I saw this. So hopefully that'll help you and give maybe a little more insight as to like what effect. Same thing here, like on our pigs. So we have the pannage or pannage, however you say that. So same thing here. We can see basically we're getting a same thing here, 17% increase on the effect from the bonus. The efficiency is increased by 17%. But then it's like, I'm assuming that means that that's just like 17% faster yield times. You know what I mean? More efficient yield times. But yeah, that's the other thing, is like, or is it like a 17% increased chance to proc something or whatever? I don't know. But by the way it's listed here under efficiency, I would assume that means that's just like the rate, right? The speed at which they're getting that stuff done. But yeah, you've been playing a lot of Manor Lords over the holidays. Yeah, that's what's up, Mo. Heck yeah. Always good starts, but the late game tactics even need improving. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, see, that's I've definitely seen a few people talking about that. So we'll try to get more of that going here. Some more information for that kind of stuff going here. Hopefully this will help too, since we're continuing from the last week, where we're on year 6, coming into year 6 here. So a bit more mid to late game sort of gameplay here. But yeah, I've also been, I mentioned earlier, I've been working on the that new revamped like economy and max profits guide. But yeah, it is proving to be a freaking beast. Like, there's obviously so much things that changed, and there's so much information, and now with like, to piggyback on what we were just talking about, all these new like affinities and the origin development perks and stuff like that, and the way that they readjusted a lot of those trade values kind of you know, there's not so much just like a cookie cutter. I mean, I would say the cookie cutter, you know, quote unquote one size fits all approach now is, you know, as you guys probably know, you know, the Nike economy using that Vokland perk. But you know, outside of that, you know, I feel like it's gauged a lot more towards like the specifics of your region and, you know, catering to the unique benefits of the region and stuff like that. So there was just like a lot more. It just ended up being like a, you know, the information was like a just like felt like I needed to present it in a different way. And anyways, it's been a beast. I've been working on it throughout the week, but I haven't been in 100% throughout the week. But so I was a little delayed on getting it done. But yeah, I was hoping to have it done by this weekend. So sorry that's not posted yet, but hopefully by tomorrow, guys, I'll have that new economy guide and max profits, best items to sell new list coming out here with a, you know, a bunch of other information included with it, and kind of like broke it down into categories of like, you know, the items that you can utilize without any other, you know, factors, or items that you can only really utilize if it's like you have this specific regional deposit or something like that. So hopefully it should be good information that'll be helpful. So should hopefully be coming out tomorrow, guys. So keep your eyes out for that. All right, we'll start to sell a little bit of charcoal here. We did get the pack station. We have our mule here. Let's see if we can set something up. Yeah, so according to him, that's like a 17% chance to get the benefit. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's a little unclear. Also, the pollination from bees, you have the 10%, but I guess it only works on the following harvest. Yeah, that's an interesting one as well. That's another one I was diving into, back to what I was talking about with the economy thing, and you know, I was looking into the apiaries, and I'm like, geez, there's like there's several variables involved with the apiaries here. But yeah, they can definitely end up being really profitable as well. So yeah, there's just a lot of new details and info there. So it's not based on what is already planted. It'll only register. Yeah, I see. See, that's kind of silly. Yeah, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, looking forward to that video. Appreciate that, Dad. It's not out yet. I know, dude. I'm real. Yeah. Sorry, guys. really dropping the ball here. You would have guessed it gets added calculated in a fresh harvest, right? Right. Yeah, you gotta let it like roll over to a new harvest to get that to get it to register. Yeah. What's up, Rod? The sheep fields are interesting. Yeah, the sheep fields. It's just a little technique to get more utilization out of the space. Yeah, if you guys, I made a little a short video for that I posted over the week. If you guys haven't watched it real quick, just posted a link there. But yeah, I feel like that's always like a common question or comment or whatever in videos and streams and stuff. So I went ahead and just made a quick little video showing what's going on with that and how to do it and whatnot. Cool. So let's see. About to come into spring here. All right, so we are starting to sell charcoal. All right, so we got our pack station. Let's get the pack station. Let's see if we can get a bartering connection here. That would be cool. So we have a mule at each on each side, which I don't even think is necessarily is really necessary. I do have a guide for the inter regional trade and bartering connections as well, but I don't think you necessarily even need a mule on both sides. I don't know why I just kind of autopilot did that, but I think you basically just need one mule on one side. I mean, you can have one on both sides and, you know, get like double utilization out of it basically, but You really only need one on mule, or however many mules you want, but you don't need mules on both sides. That's what I'm saying. So let's see. What do we want to give them, for example? Bernbach. Like I said, we don't really necessarily like need too much anything like in particular. You know what I mean? But just want to see if we can get a bartering connection here. That would be really cool. So let's see if we can. Oh, the other region doesn't have too much to offer. So let's see if we can tell them to send us like planks. We know they have planks. And let's send them some iron ore to make some more tools, for example. So like, we have this new region that's like they don't I mean we spent a little extra treasury because we had it to get like the increased starting supply, so it's not really like a big deal. But I don't know, say for example, maybe we're like, oh, we need to get some tools over to our side region over here. Let's see if we can get this bartering connection going to trade planks for iron. So let's see, we just set that up here. We told them we want to receive planks and give them iron ore. We got the mule and then we staffed it. Now this guy is going to get the mule. So we'll see if he actually does what we want him to do. That'll be cool. York. Okay, there he goes. Oh, he... Alright, our champion York here, he went and grabbed the mule and then he immediately decided, you know what, it's time to go get a beer. I'm going to the tavern. I'm going for a drink. Alright, so maybe after he goes to the tavern, then maybe he'll do the trade. He just had to get the mule first, though. I guess the mule maybe is thirsty too. Want to get a little ale for the mule. Get a little view here real quick. Little snowy rooftops. Looking nice. You read the most efficient number of sheep is 33 and 33 lambs. Then set only the lambs to be slaughtered. Would have thought the more the better. Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest, about, like, I kind of tried to, I used to be really into, like, I don't know, trying to get, like, all those specific, I tried to veer away from, like, the very, like, oh, if you have a butcher shop, then you need, the most, like, have this number of sheep to make sure that you're, blah, blah. So I don't really know, I guess, in that regard. I haven't really prioritized those kind of, that kind of information, I guess, these days. But, yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, that does sound, it could be right. Yeah, 33 sheep and 33 lambs. Yeah, I can, and I also definitely see the value of like only slaughtering the lambs instead of the sheep, because I think I'm pretty sure you get the same. We get the same return, right? Yeah. So we can see here on the tool, at least as long as the tooltip's correct. Sheep and lambs will both give you 2 mutton and 1 hides, right? So you're going to get the same, amount of resources from slaughtering lambs as you are from slaughtering sheep. So yeah, I definitely see the value in slaughtering the lambs only instead of the sheep. That totally makes sense. And then you keep your reproduction cycle going, right? Like you keep the mature sheep just constantly reproducing. You're not reducing their numbers. So yeah, I totally see the value in that. That's definitely the way to go, I would imagine. But I don't really know about all the numbers and stuff. Yeah, yeah. See, the problem is like I used to do all that kind of stuff, and then as you know, then it's like then the developers make some tiny little tweak, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, all that's completely, all that number crunching is kind of, useless now. Dude, York is still. Oh no, York's stuck. Oh no. York, he got too drunk, dude. Okay, there you go. He figured it out. Oh my gosh. He sobered up. He sobered up. Good job, York. Oh, dude, that's what's up. He sobered up, dude. It's because we have all the wheat bread available. He was able to sober up, get some bread, soak up the alcohol. Nice. Good job, York. We'll see if he's actually gonna do something now. Looks like he's taking the mule back now, so I don't know what he's doing. We'll see if he's probably just drunk. Come on, York. Let's get it together, dude. You know where you got that from? Can't really say. Yeah. The guy's some kind of accountant. He's number obsessed, yeah. I mean, he's probably right then. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that's correct. Yeah. Just let the sheep procreate. Yeah, that's kind of my thing too, Ned. I mean, you guys, I know you guys like the regulars. You guys have watched me play a bunch, and you've watched a bunch of my videos and stuff. I mean, that's the other thing in my opinion is like, it's not really necessary. And I guess you could, to be fair, you could say this about anything really. Right, but it's not really necessary to like get that into like, the finite numbers and everything. As long as you're following, like, for me, the most significant key principle of this game is logistical efficiency. So that's the real thing, right? Is like if you have a town that's set up well logistically, and you have efficient transportation and storage of goods and all that kind of stuff, everything's going to work fine. That's the only thing that you really need to min max is the logistical efficiency. Of course, I'm not saying, once again, it's as I always say, single player game. So whatever does it for you, right? However you want to play is the best way to play for sure. But I think from an objective standpoint, it's kind of like, yeah, like if there's anything to really prioritize in this game, it's definitely the logistical efficiency, which will then domino effect into everything just working well, in general. But yeah, no, it's definitely, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that sounds pretty. I mean, I would say that sounds right. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, Jorg is not really here. Let's take a look. Hold on. Bernbach. Reinach. Wait, we did. Wait. Getting the mule. Oh, Peter went and made the trade. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Jorg went and got drunk, and so Peter went and made the trade. Okay, I was going to say, because we did, Bernbach did, we only had 5 iron ore, and now we have 10. So they did make that trade. I don't know how to, Is there a way to verify that? Because they need to add a section here for like exchanges or barters or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's a way for us to verify that, right, on the records tab. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I think we did just make that exchange. So if we continue to get more iron ore over here, let's just see what happens if we import more iron ore. It should be continuing to make that trade. Yeah, York. He took the mule to the pub, dude. It's the pub. This tavern here. They're like they're pet friendly. They've got the outdoor seating right here, and they got the little they got like a little water bowl out for pets and stuff. So, see, they got like apples here ready for the mules. You know, if the mules need a little snack. So
You'll not find finer
they're pet friendly here at the tavern. Yorick was just kind of taking advantage of that. They're running around in the town center between the church and the tavern. Exactly. No, but see, we did the ethical thing, and we divided. See, we have this little strip of land here dividing the church and the tavern, so they're not right next to each other. We've got a little division here. This is the ground that separates the holy from the degenerates. You know.
poor quality, you say.
So we're good. We're kosher. We're kosher. No worries. Hey, what's up, Hanafi? How we doing, dude? How's it going? It's going all right, dude. Hope you had a good holiday. You can actually use Control F1 or F2 to bookmark the camera at different towns. Oh, that's good to know. I usually just press T. So T is an automatic hotkey to like rotate between your towns. So if I just press T here, it'll just take us between our different towns. But that is good to know. I didn't know that you could keybind that. Thank you. Did they apply a lifespan? I'll read a couple of these comments here. Did they apply a lifespan to a sheep just by removing a certain percent each year, or did they live forever? That's a good question too. Honestly, I'm not sure. I mean, they're all about the realism, right? So they shouldn't live forever, but I am really not sure about that. I don't think I've ever really noticed them dying off. Bath says they seem to live forever. Not had any die of old age and had some for like 20 years. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I was going to say, I don't think I've really noticed them dying off either, but that's kind of surprising considering, like, Manor Lords, right? You would definitely expect that to be like, one of those realistic aspects or whatever. So I don't know. Maybe, maybe sometime in the near future they will start dying off. I'm not sure. 27 sheep will give you the maximum 2 lambs every 11 days. Okay. Interesting. So, I mean, it sounded like, that accountant guy said 33 sheep, right? Stu, by the way, what's up, Stu? How you doing? Stu says 27 sheep, so, I mean, it sounded like something around that number, guys, right? I mean, we got a couple different inputs there that are sounding pretty similar. So, yeah, something around 27, 30, 33 sheep. And you just slaughter the lambs. That'll be the most ideal. If you did, then York is your hero. You've been known to take a horse to the pub, but never a mule? Oh my gosh, dude. What is going on over there in England, dude? You guys just ride horses to the pub or what? I guess. Yeah, as long as he's not drinking and driving, then that's good. Yeah. Is there a way to track the trades made by the pack station mules? Yeah, that's a good question. That's kind of what I was looking at earlier, and I don't think there is, right? I think they need to add like a bartering section here instead of, because these are only like exports for selling goods, not for trading goods, right? Because we're not selling, we're exchanging. So yeah, I don't think there is really a way to do that. And it didn't look like there was any it looks like Peter's getting ready to make another exchange here because we did import, I think, a few more iron there. Peter is getting the mule. Now he's waiting. He's waiting for something. Oh, now Gerhaz is coming and getting the mule. Everyone wants the mule. They're fighting over the mule. Dude, we can import another mule, guys. It's all good. Everyone can have access to the mule, guys. No need to fight over it. Okay, so Peter decided this is not for me. I can't be asked to make the trek over to the other region, so I'm dipping out, and now Gerhaz is coming over. All right, Gerhaz, let's do it. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like there's not really a way to see those trades, right? Hopefully, they'll add a section for that. Okay, now Gerhaz is waiting. Now Peter's bartering. Okay, so Peter went. All right, so Peter decided, you know what, dude? I'm a beast. I'm strong. I don't need a mule, bro. I'm gonna carry this iron ore all by myself. So yeah, Peter was like, you know what, dude? I don't even need that. I'm just gonna go ahead and raw dog it over there. I'm just gonna carry this iron ore by myself. But I think Gerhaz went ahead and she's getting some more iron ore that we just transported. Okay, so we got a couple. Okay, cool. So we got a couple different exchanges going on here. So Peter's got some iron, and Gerhaz also has some iron. So we can see this is working, though, so that is good. I mean, this isn't necessarily like, you know, a bartering connection that we needed to make or anything, but I thought this would be cool to show, you know, how this works. And once again, like, I kind of autopiloted over here, and like I built this... pack station on this side, and we ordered a mule on the side region and stuff, but that was unnecessary. You really only need it on one of the sides of the regions. We're going to import a horse over here for our trade in the second region. But yeah, as you can see, like, you really only need one of the sides to be active. That being said, we could also, like, staff this pack station and set up a bartering over here, and it would essentially, like, double our trades. But we are, yeah, they're making those. See, they're officially on bartering task, so that's good. Cool. That's always encouraging to see that stuff working properly. Sweet. Keep an eye on that. Oh yeah, and how much was it to get this filled out with carrots? Okay, soon we'll get our second veggie plot filled out over here. Maybe just a couple more houses, but we don't want too many houses over here. I'm really just, like I said, trying to produce a ton of food for more influence. It's good to see them making that bartering connection, though. Fantastic. Your sheep are together in the town center with the church and tavern. Oh, good. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Bless the sheep, like Osa said. There you go. That's right. You don't trust the clergy folk? Yeah, wink wink. Hey, smart. That's smart. Not a fan of the pack station. I totally agree, Ned. Yeah, that's something I mentioned too in the bartering guide, is like, and I guess, you know, also ties into what we said about how you can't even see, like, you know, a records tab necessarily of like what's actually been traded or exchanged or whatever. Just in general, seems like, yeah, this needs to be expanded on heavily, the whole inter-regional bartering thing. First of all, there should be more options, like you said, for me to be like, you know, similar to anything else, right? Where I can be like, oh, let me set a reserve or like a production limit or whatever, you know what I mean? Set, like, you know, trade limits or something like that, you know what I mean? I only want you to trade X amount of this good or whatever, right? Yeah, obviously that would be that should be a thing. That's kind of necessary. We need that on the pack stations as well. But yeah, and then definitely the being able to see the records would be important as well. So hopefully they expand on that, because yeah, I mean, I see a lot of, and maybe you guys can, I don't know what your guys' opinion is on this, but I see a lot of people talk about like you know, how they feel like the system of having like the regions being divided and stuff is actually kind of dumb, and they would prefer if it was like, if you take over a new region, it's like all of your, you know, all of your regional wealth and your supplies and everything are like shared. And you know, I gotta say, I don't agree with that. I really don't think that they should be shared. I just personally, I think that it's a really cool system of having like the different regions and how they can like barter between each other and exchange goods and stuff. And it makes sense with like the feudal system and the namesake of the game, Manor Lords, right? We're not, us as the player, it feels like we're the king, you know, because we are like controlling all these regions, but realistically we're controlling, like in this region there's a manor, a lord, right, that we're controlling for this region. And then we took this new region and now there's a different lord that's controlling this region, you know what I mean? And so each lord of each specific region, they're not going to want to like just give away resources or money to another region for free without getting anything in return, right? So that totally makes sense, in my opinion. But yeah, they need to like, that being said, like bartering between the regions should be like a main feature in that case. And it's just kind of not, due to like, you know, how not good that system and mechanic works. But I don't know. I feel like it would be a little, maybe there should be some kind of option like in really late game or something to like unite some of your territories or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Should be similar to trading between blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah. Instead, I agree. Yeah, it feels like it shouldn't really be that hard to implement because they already have similar systems in play. So yeah. Yeah. In an ideal world, we'd be able to create a list of things to be taken and brought back, so they would go through that list, similar to blacksmith. Right. Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, that'd be cool too. Basically, like create like a work order or something like that, and tell them like specifically, you know, what you want. Yeah, that would make sense as well, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we've been steadily sacrificing food, so we've got decent influence. We can press claim on another region basically at any time, which will be cool. So we'll do that soon. Treasury is still very strong. I mean, economy's all that's really good. Our new region is chilling. I mean, like I said, we're really not trying to do too much over here other than just produce a ton of food. That being said, we are back into spring here. Good, we got the fishing going again. And soon we can get another big veggie garden planted over here. And we're also steadily gaining a small amount of regional wealth from the Regensburg Guildsman perk too, I guess, huh? It's kind of an interesting one. That was cool to learn that you can still, I didn't know that you actually generate the regional wealth even if you only have just level 1 houses. Small amount, but still, it's pretty cool. But we should be, did that horse ever get here? Oh no, royal tax increase. I guess the horse never arrived yet, so still on the way, I guess. Okay. We really don't even really care for like any of this other regular stuff. It's not even a big deal. But yeah, we have been making those barters. So, like I said, we don't necessarily need to like keep trading these goods. That was really cool to see that that worked. Let's get this salt restaffed. Forgot about that. But in fishing, there's not really anything that we necessarily need to like exchange over there. But that is good to know that this the connection is set and that it is working. So that's really cool. So if there ends up being anything that we do need to transfer over here, then that's going to be no problem. So yeah, I guess we're pretty much just chilling right now. I think the Baron will probably attack us in this year, I would assume. So we'll need to be ready to defend here, and then possibly also, you know, we'll use some influence here and expand into some of his regions as well. Let's see, that being said, let's turn down the taxes real quick because we've got so much treasury. We are still purchasing some items over here. Let's turn off, we were importing clay because we're making roof tiles for our housing upgrades, but we've got plenty of it now and we're pretty much good on that. I'm just going to go ahead and get ahead on some tools again in this region. And yeah, we can upgrade a few more houses here if we want to tier 3, but it's not really like, you know, a necessity. Add another set of people to our market stall distribution. Because we saw that fuel, I saw fuel wasn't getting supplied to this house over here, but we know we have it obviously. So that told me that we probably need more people distributing stuff at the market. So that went, as soon as we did that, we can see now the fuel's on here. I want to upgrade this house if possible because we want the maximum amount of workers for the veggie plot. So we'll get that going. Yeah, or just tell them how many trips to make or whatever. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the pack station just, yeah, that it just needs more like control options right now, that's for sure. Okay, we upgraded to tier 2 and they should get tier 3 here in just a sec. Once they realize that they have access to the tavern. There we go. They got tavern access. Now we'll go tier 3 for our veggie house over here. Looking good. Alright, back over here. Looks like we did make some more sales and we're ready for another set of carrots. There we go. Perfect. Once again, I'm just going to put these people on Gravedigger just to keep it simple. Boom. Alright, so hopefully we'll start generating just tons of... Let's get more fishing going on too. We just want, like I said, maximum food. And we will need a manor over here in this secondary region as well to be able to sacrifice that food. So we'll go ahead and just get that building task underway as well. We got insane amount of charcoal, so we'll take one of our people off of there. Cool, cool. Pretty much chilling over here in our second region. I mean, at this point, our second region's doing pretty much what we wanted it for. We got 2 massive backyards already. We got a maxed out, rich fishing area going, so we're producing a ton of food. That's what we want, and we just put like chicken coops and all the rest of the housing areas. Got one more here. So we're just getting a ton of food over here. Nice and easy. A little bit of trade as well. Pretty much just selling charcoal. Don't really need too much economy in our second region. Let's see, 76. He smelted that iron into the slab, so we'll get him to turn him into tools now. Alright, cool. So this got upgraded to tier 3 here, so now we'll have 2 more living spaces here for our, this other veggie plot. That's good. Question might be to the devs. Want us to micromanage almost everything? Right. Right. Yeah, no, it's, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can't have it perfect, of course, but...
Don't be shy, good sirs and ladies.
Come on, come on.
If you don't pay attention, then they ship all the beer and you just have a problem in your original region. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like kind of like remember during the beta when the butchers didn't have the production limits. It was like if all of a sudden you slipped on your paying attention to that for even just a couple minutes, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, all my sheep are gone. They've all been slaughtered. Yeah, I know. I mean, there's already so much to like micromanage and stuff in this game. They definitely need to expand on that. Alright, cool. We got the manor here in our second region. And also, so the other really cool thing about getting a second region, since we have so much treasury, that does give us another retinue, which we don't need to like worry about, equipping like militias and all that kind of stuff. Since we have a bunch of treasury, the retinue is super convenient. And matter of fact, let's also add a garrison tower over here on this one too. And so that way we get the, oops, we need a bit more stone. We'll go ahead and gather that real quick. Stone gatherer. Where's the stone? Oh, it's a little bit far. That's okay. We don't need too much. So we'll just gather a bit of stone, and then we'll add the garrison tower, and then we'll max out. So we'll have two 24-man retinues, which will be really strong. Now that is a pretty cool thing about getting new regions, I would say, because, I mean, the militia are awesome, but of course it just takes way more effort to, like, first of all, equip the militia, with weapons and armor or whatever, but also just to have the amount of population that you need for the militia. The militias are just, way more steps involved and high level of investment and time and all that kind of stuff. If you have a bunch of treasury here like we do, getting the additional retinue here is definitely very convenient. Alright, so we'll get that stone that we need here real quick, and then we should be good. We can also upgrade their armor too, the armor upgrade. But that's kind of an interesting one. The armor upgrade is nice, but it also does make them move like pretty significantly slower, which can definitely, not be great too. So, bit of a double-edged sword there, no pun intended. The inner region trade thing will get improved over time. Yeah. He's using the trading customers. That should be easier to control. Yeah, that's the other thing too. As I showed in the guide, the bartering guide or whatever. It's not just the pack station. You can trade between your regions through the trading post as well. You just disable this allow foreign trade. But in that case, you're not exchanging goods. Like at the pack station, you're exchanging goods. Whereas if you're doing this from the trading post, you're purchasing goods from the other region using your well, let me re-explain this. And once again, this is all explained in that guide, but instead of exchanging one resource for another resource, you're exchanging regional wealth for the resource, right? So basically same concept, but
Keep your hearth warm and your home cozy.
Cheated him? Never. Perhaps he simply does not know how to cook properly.
Alright, so we got the Max families now moved into our new veggie plot over here too. Get more of that. That's good. Very good. We almost have enough influence to take 2 more regions, so we'll get some combat going here soon. 2 more regions. We'll be able to contest, claim. Okay. Something else I like is the retinue not have to make heavy armor, just mail. Yeah, I agree. I think the I mean the plate armor is pretty cool. And then it also like makes them look cooler, more badass, and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, they will move significantly slower, which is, you know, it can definitely have an impact. So yeah, never upgrade the retinue armor. Slows them down, and they get yeah, for sure, dude. Yeah, I mean it's kind of cool, you know, like it makes them look cool. They get all badass armored and everything, and like, you know, they're definitely strong. For sure. It's just, yeah, I think this, like, them when they walk significantly slower like that, that's like a pretty significant impact, to be honest. It's too big of a negative, in my opinion. The Manor, yeah, Darren, I assume you're talking about, put up a VOD the other day. He mentioned in my reply they are going to be looking at trade perks and rework trade for the next beta. Oh, well, great. Well, I'm certainly glad that I've been spending all week working on this economy and trade guide. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like, if this... Because, I mean, the last guide is barely even 2 months old. And, yeah, like, these guides, like, at least for me, I don't know. Maybe other people have like a different workflow or whatever, but like for me, the guides that I make and stuff, like they take a lot of time and effort, like a serious amount of time and effort. So like, yeah, if it's gonna be like this, where like every time I invest like a lot of time and effort into like making a really well structured guide and stuff, like for the trade, if I put this trade guide out and they change all the stuff within like less than a month or 2 or whatever, like I don't know, I might have to just completely stop making those kinds of guides until the game actually releases, because yeah, it's, I hope you guys understand. It's yeah, it's really tough. It's exciting for the game, obviously. I'm excited to see the game progress and stuff, but yeah. It's not ideal for... He never answered your question. That's funny. For any Manor Lords videos, now you're going to have to preface them with the phrase "edit as it currently stands in the game." Yeah, well, no, I mean, that's, you know, that goes for anything. It just, yeah. Sounds good, Ned. Thanks for popping in, dude. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to think of, like, I don't know. If that's how it's going to be, then I'll just have to think of, like, maybe a different format for the guides or something like that. Or I don't know, because... yeah, it's tough, dude. It's like a lot of information to gather and double check, triple check. And, you know, just experiment, make sure I've got everything correct, etc., etc., for everything to just be changed, you know, within a short amount of time afterwards. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, like this trade and economy guide, like for the revamped one and stuff, like I've been working on it, like, it's, you know, I've been spending a lot of time on getting the custom scripting down and verifying all the information, double, triple check, you know, everything. So it's just like, dude. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to justify continuing doing that if they are going to continue with their unhinged development process, which is unfortunate. What about doing short guides, a brief overview given how they change things? Yeah. Yeah, that could be a yeah, for sure. Kind of more of the yeah, I'll have to think about that. Yeah. We'll see how it pans out. See how that pans out. All right, well, we got a harvest season coming up here. So we'll get ready for that. Yeah, I was kind of expecting the Baron to attack us here, so I guess he didn't. So we'll just we'll go ahead and press claim on him here in a sec. Just free up a few labor here. Okay. And we have over 4,000 influence now, so we can take 2 regions, so that'll be cool. We'll just do that when we come into the new year here. Alright, we're getting a strong amount of food in our second region too, so we can go ahead and set a tax here for that as well. Perfect. Alright, and then I think we're good on the stone that we need, right? We can go ahead and get this garrison tower put in here. Max out that retinue. Sweet. Hey, what's up, Juan? Senpai, how we doing? Happy Sunday to you. Welcome in. Two regions or 2 towns are looking pretty cool. In your Manor Lords run, you took over the Lord town, well, like an AI town. He had 15 pig houses and 1,000 shields. Holy crap! Oh my! Went from struggling for money to so much. Wow. Well, that's actually pretty cool, though. Yeah, that they had all that stuff. Yeah, the AI does seem to be getting better. I mean, that's a cool one because, you know, when they expanded the team, the development team, one of the new people that they brought on is strictly just an AI dev, right? All he does is the AI, so that's good, and that's been making steady progress. And you know, I assume we'll continue to see progress with that, which is really encouraging. But yeah, it's always good when they bring in, like, you know, a person that's like specifically for that task, because like that's what they really just need to get organized, dude. Like their whole thing is just unhinged overall. You've been addicted to Manor Lords, yeah, nice, dude. Well, welcome to the channel. You came to the right place for Manor Lord stuff. Sent everything. You sent everything back to your main town with the pack mule. Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, heck yeah. There's also a possible trading exploit for 2 regions. Take the Vodclan perk in one of them, so you can buy for one. So you can buy for one price and then sell to your other region for more. Oh, I see. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, that might be something to experiment with, huh? Alright, let's take a look here. We just went into September, so we should be getting farming tasks underway here. Alright, coming into this next year, though, we'll go ahead and spend some of this influence and start expanding out and taking more regions from the Baron. And we did get that... Is the garrison tower done? Oh, not quite. Once that garrison tower is done, we'll fill out that second retinue, too. Don't know if you saw, we mentioned earlier about the dev lost to an AI town. Irony was he had tried to help that town earlier in the game. And oh my gosh. Yeah, that is pretty wild. I mean, yeah. Hey, what's up, True Blue? Thanks for all the videos. Yeah, dude, thank you. Appreciate that. There aren't many creators you found making content. Had this game on Steam for a while. But only started playing about 2 months ago. Oh, nice. That's what's up, dude. Appreciate the info. Oh, thanks for saying that. Thanks for saying that. Yeah. I'm really glad to hear. Really glad to hear, yeah. Because there's all kinds of mixed reviews out there all the time, you know? So, you never really know. That's really good to hear, though. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. Glad to hear that. Yeah, that's cool though too that you've been sitting on the game and now you're getting into it. So nice. I mean, you know, as I always say too, I mean, if there's one thing that this game I mean, they could not really change anything, and this game would still. I mean, the aesthetics and the graphics and all that kind of stuff in this game are just top tier. So they've already got that nailed. You know, it's super good. Cool. Wow, Jay, you got a question? Yeah, is running 3 crop rotation through enough for fertility to recover, or should you still run 2 crops / 1 fallow field? So it depends. Depends on like a couple factors. So the first thing will be depending on like where you've built it and the fertility that's available. So like some of these spots here, we've got like overlap, for example, where we've got like good fertility for wheat and for rye and for barley, for example. So, you know, some of these fields, like if they have those decent, you know, you have some like overlap, then it's really, you can just rotate do a different crop, you know, each year or whatever, and that'll be more than enough for the fertility to just continually, you know, replenish while you're harvesting, you know, the next different type of crop in the meantime, for example. But like if you're building a crop field on top of an area where it's like there is no overlap, for example, and it's like only viable for wheat or whatever. Excuse me. Excuse me. Then in that case, yeah, you're gonna want to let the field like fallow and regain the fertility. But yeah, so it really depends on like how many viable crop options do you have to rotate through. If you have multiple, then I wouldn't really worry about fallow. Just rotate back and forth between the crops that you have, and while crop A is going, then crop B is regenerating for fertility, for example. But yeah, otherwise, then you will need to probably rotate between letting it fallow and coming back if you don't have multiple, and if you don't have multiple overlaps of different crops that you can put on the field. So a bit of like, you know, depends on the land, I guess, in that regard. But yeah, I personally, I prefer to just manually like rotate the crops and stuff, and just each time a harvest comes up, just take a look at like, you know, what are the percentages looking like, and then just make a decision based on that. But yeah, really just Mainly depends on like the availability of crops that you have. You can also did this a bit in like we did a farming stream, like a farming challenge a couple weeks back. If you're interested in more farming info, definitely check that out. But basically, you are able to also get a little bit of regeneration on the fertility from fallow, even just like within the autumn window, right? So say for example, like, you know, this one was like, I don't really have a good option right now. We could let it fallow for like a month or like a month and a half, and even that will get you'll get a decent amount of fertility regeneration and then plant. So there's a decent amount of micromanaging that can be done with the with you know, in regards to that. But I think like the placement, the physical, like where it is and what is available on that land is kind of the main factor there. Started to watch back, got distracted. Oh, you didn't see him lose the AI, that's funny. It's been so good the last 2 months. Yeah, good. Glad you guys are enjoying it. Envy the fact that you're new to the game. Yeah, have a lot of fun. That's right. Get immersed. Here, well, let's turn on the... let's turn on a little day. Let's see if we can get a little sunset action here. A little view. You still only farm on rich soil? Yeah, I mean, it makes a big difference. Yeah, rich fertility is where it's at, dude. I mean, rich fertility is crazy. Very, very strong. You'll see, you'll get more. I have a big, you know, a chunk of the economy guide that I'll hopefully have coming out, you know, by tomorrow. Definitely goes into a big section of it talking about how good rich fertility is, you know, in a variety of aspects, including you know, economy. But yeah, a little more info will be coming on that. But yeah, guys, like rich fertility is just crazy strong now, for sure, just all around. Haven't tried fertilizing fields with livestock. So that was actually removed. Yeah, there used to be an option to add like a fence around the field to make it like a pasture space where you could have your sheep go and like fertilize the field or whatever, but that was removed from the game, so it's no longer an option. You make your fields 1 Morgan each, 4 corpse pits long, 1 wide. Nice. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, with the farming, as you've probably heard me harp on before, if you guys have seen, you know, some of the farming stuff, but yeah, the main thing is just making sure that you have kind of like as even and straight like strips or whatever is going to have the best like effect on their productivity and efficiency or whatever. So if you're using corpse pits and stuff, then that's probably good, as long as it's just kind of like an even shape. I think that's kind of what has the most effect on, as far as like their like pathing on the field to do all the tasks and stuff. Sometimes can get a little wonky if the fields are like weird shapes and stuff like that, but yeah, you've been pumping out so much bread. Good, yeah. Yeah, check out the bread guide video here on the channel too. The dude, bread is absolutely cracked. So we'll see. I say that, and you know, I'm sure we'll be here a couple weeks from now talking about how they nerfed bread. So, you know, use it while you can, I guess, right? Turns on day night, taking all bets. Koval is distracted and misses the sunrise and sunset. Yeah, it's definitely possible. You see, I'm already queued up for the view though. I'm already pre. We've got our our angles already preset and we're ready. We're not missing it this time. It's gonna be let's see. What's the perfect angle? Okay, that's not bad. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, it's gonna be coming. We're ready for it. We're not gonna miss it. We're surely not missing it.
Come one, come all. Feast your eyes on our fine selection.
Only thing we'd like them to add is some quality of life changes. Yeah, I hear ya. That's kind of. I'll be honest. I felt that same way like a year and a half ago. You know what I mean? Like, I remember Greg posted a. He used to post like polls, voting polls, pretty consistently in the Discord, and ask people, you know, like what do you think should be like the priority for the next patches, or you know, just like the future of the game and stuff like that. And you know, he always had several polls where it was like, you know, should we implement like town walls or the butcher shop, or should we implement just more quality of life changes or whatever. Like, I would always just vote for quality of life. Like, honestly, I felt like even in the stripped down version of the game like a year and a half ago, I was already like, dude, this is cool. Like, just give me more quality of life stuff, and like I can enjoy this game how it is, just like a lot. But yeah, this is a conversation for another time and another day, I guess, but and something that we kind of always end up getting into to some extent. But personally, I do kind of feel like they've kind of, I don't know, like I didn't really expect like so many drastic changes in this game. That being said, it's not like they're necessarily for the worse or anything. You know what I mean? They've added a lot of really cool things in the game. But yeah, some of the changes I felt like were a little bit like one step forward, two steps back, or like maybe even just completely going in the wrong backwards direction or something like that, compared to like, yeah, like I said, I felt like already a year and a half ago I was like, yo, this game's already cool. Let's get some quality of life, and like, dude, we're already like right there. Nice sunset view here, by the way, guys. Look at that. But yeah, it's one of those things. Of course, they can't please everyone, and everyone's always got a different opinion and whatnot. But definitely feel like they're constantly just adding like more stuff, like more stuff. Change this, change that. Like, instead of being like, let's just like really dial in this mechanic that we already have and like get it like really good and like improve the quality of life and all that kind of stuff. It feels like they're just like more. You know what I mean? Like they're never at a point where they're like, oh, this is good. Let's like dial this in and like lock in. You know what I mean? Which I would love if they kind of just did more of that, instead of just like, it feels like this game is going to be one of those games and that's like it's just perpetually in a state of change. You know what I mean? Which, I don't know, I guess that's kind of cool too in a different way, but you know. Definitely more like quality of life in general though would go a long way in this game. I mean, it's a pretty extensive, complex game, lots of micromanage, you know, a lot of details and stuff, which you know, gets a little overwhelming, especially like, you know, for example here we've got like multiple regions going on and stuff. It's like, you know, some quality of life features here will go a long way. But anyways, that's a hot topic, so you know, that's just my opinion. Or part of my opinion. We got this, dude. Look at that, dude. We got that sunset though. We didn't miss it. We were ready. We were ready. That was beautiful. Get a little starry sky here in a sec. Running on the current version. You're all ready for the beta roller coaster? Oh my gosh. See, I don't know if I'm ready. We just went through a beta roller coaster like over the last 2 months, you know? It's like, dude. I thought I was like excited thinking like, oh dude, finally we're like set for a while now. I can make some guides and videos and the information will stick for a bit, but we'll see. Kind of wish you could see which family is unassigned, which I haven't to go in their burgers plot. Yeah, I've seen that request a lot too. I hear you on that. That would be kind of nice, yeah. New update will likely be out early to mid-January. Look, I think a distraction. Ooh! Piece of candy! Ooh, piece of candy! Ooh, shiny! But even then, it's great, yeah. For the size of the team, they have made one beautiful game. That is definitely true. Yeah, you can't deny that. Like I said, I mean, it's definitely incredible. Little sunrise action here. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Dude, we're on it today, guys. Look at that. Sunset and sunrise. No problem. Look at that. What quality of life would you like to see? Oh, I don't even know where to start. I mean, things like, for example, we were just recently, like 20 minutes ago or whatever, we were just talking about the whole inter-regional bartering system. There's plenty of space for quality of life improvements there. As we kind of mentioned, there's really no way to control like how many items you're exchanging and bartering with your neighboring region, and there's also no way to even see like after they've made the exchange. There's no way for me to see like did they make the exchange, how much did they trade, etc. So that's already right off the bat definitely a really big one, that because one of the main features of this game is that you have different regions that you control uniquely and stuff, and therefore inter-regional trade and inter-regional bartering should be a pretty like flagship feature of this game. And currently it's barely even functional, very limited, right? So that's definitely one area that definitely should and could have more quality of life. But yeah, I mean, all across the board, there's just, I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I mean, you can really just pick anywhere across the board and there can be quality of life improvements. To be honest, just literally anything and everything. That being said, they have already made some pretty good quality of life improvements here and there, which is definitely nice. Things like the trade records tab here, the resources tab, these are all quality of life improvements that we've seen come into play here, which are definitely nice. So, just more stuff like this would be great. Like someone just mentioned, right? Like being able to find where's my unassigned families, specifically being able to target them and utilize them would be another nice quality of life feature. Yeah, you can just kind of go on and on naming quality of life features that could be good for the game. Pretty much an endless amount. Yeah, you have like 60 hours in the past 2 weeks just playing Manor Lords. Nice. That's what's up. Hey, what's up, Matt? Matt Meatbag, season greetings. Yeah, hope everyone had a good holiday week there. Recently picked up this game and you have been glued to it. Nice. Well, welcome to the channel then. if you guys are new to Manor Lords, I definitely highly encourage you to spend a little time here on the channel. I've got a ton of informative guides, challenge runs, walkthroughs, all kinds of stuff. A lot of it is kind of gauged towards newer players, but definitely kind of stuff for players of all different levels of experience and stuff. But yeah, definitely highly recommend. Check out, we've got a lot of different helpful information and guides and all that here on the channel. More coming soon. Like I mentioned, I've been working on a revamped economy and trade profits guide and a new hand-picked list of all the best trade items to utilize and stuff like that. So that'll be coming out hopefully tomorrow. But I've been a little feeling not so great this week, and then just a little overwhelmed with the amount of changes that there were in that regard. So it's just been a this has been one of the most intensive guides so far, and now I'm worried that this information is only going to last for a month or something. So I'm definitely pretty anxious about that. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, that sunset is definitely chef's kiss. Yeah, they should let us mod it. Yeah, dude, Frontliner, I agree, man. I mean, personally, I don't ever really use mods, and I don't know if I really have an interest to use mods. I don't know. Maybe it would be cool to try some out, I guess. But for me, though, it's just look, if it's a single player game, you should be able to use mods. And of course, you can use mods on Manor Lords. You can, of course, do whatever you want. But they do not they are very anti-mods. The whole Hooded Horse and the Manor Lords team and stuff, they are anti-mods. If you go into their Discord and you talk about mods, they will mute you or ban you, which in my opinion is absolutely absurd. Any single player game should be accommodating of mods. I mean, it's a single player game. That to me is just crazy. But the game is, of course, very enjoyable as it is. Like I said, it doesn't really affect me. I don't really mind too much. I don't really have too much of a desire to install mods, but I've definitely seen some people talk about how that's a little bit, frustrating, and I definitely agree. You only have 100 hours, Sean? Oh, shame. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe they could just make construction crew jobs so families perma-assigned to just building. Yeah, I agree. I think I had actually suggested that in the Discord, I don't know, a while back. That would be another decent solution. There are some more decorations planned. Yeah, that's another thing too. Since, a high, a big draw of this game is the aesthetics. Just gonna max out our retinue here real quick. Since a big draw of this game is the aesthetics, yeah, it would be really cool to have more just beautification options or whatever, you know what I mean? Not every building necessarily needs to be a useful building. We could just have some buildings that are just to look cool. That would be also really, really awesome to customize our towns a little bit more. Another thing that I also suggested a long time ago, which, these are all things that's just who knows if these will ever see the light of day, or I'm sure they have other things that they feel are more important or whatever. But the whole this whole day and night cycle is also, like I said, the aesthetics and the immersive appeal of this game is definitely one of the top things, right? So this day and night cycle, dude, these freaking market guys drive me insane, guy. They just never stop. They never stop. And I swear there's no way to turn them off either. It's ridiculous. But anyways, the day and night cycle is obviously incredible. But the nighttime is very underwhelming. So, we've got wax in the game, and this is once again, these are like I remember putting these suggestions in the Discord like nearly 2 years ago. It's like, dude, look, you've already got lighting. Obviously we know the lighting capabilities in this game are like insane, and this is done in Unreal Engine, which, you know, that's one of the main features of Unreal Engine and stuff. It's like we should have lighting options for nighttime. We already have wax. Wax has been a thing in the game since the beginning from apiaries and stuff. I don't really think it would be that hard to just be like, yeah, we added a candle maker building, or, you know, whatever, something similar, and then be able to have like lighting around the town and stuff. That would be really cool. But once again, see, like, for me, these are all things that like would really improve the game a lot. Like, that doesn't really feel like it would be really that big of like a you know, big of a task for them to implement or whatever. But, you know, it seems like they just kind of always have some other different priority about, you know, change this, change that, like really drastic changes that they constantly want to make, rather than just being like, dude, we got this really amazing like day and night cycle, like let's get some lighting in here, and like, you know what I mean? That's like last on their list kind of thing, you know. But everyone has a different opinion, of course. But yeah, a construction crew job, like, so families are just like permanently assigned to that, would be a great, I think that would be great. Maybe set region to region trading as a prio and export import from outside trade. So yeah, I don't know, just more control, yeah, something like that. What's up, Birch is lurking? Hey, welcome back. I'd like to see them add another upgrade level to churches. Yeah, absolutely. That's another thing. I've also seen many people suggest, like, oh, that's kind of a cool one right there with the snow, actually, like, snowing and everything. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, that's another thing, too. I've seen many people suggest, like, that there should be, like, different variations of the models, like, on the church and stuff, which, once again, I agree. And, you know, once again, to their whole kind of platform of, like, you know, medieval authenticity and all the details and all that kind of stuff, you know, the church, that's like a main focal point of any, you know, feudal medieval town or whatever, right? And certainly was not that every church in every region looked the same, you know what I mean? So it would definitely be cool if there was more church options, both like visually and also, like, you know, like you said, even maybe even to take it a little step further with like make cathedrals or whatever else. Yeah, absolutely. Kind of similar to like they did with the manor, where you can kind of like customize the manor and stuff. It feels like maybe something similar to the church. Doesn't need to be that extensive, but it would be cool if there was more options for different like building models and or benefits or whatever. Because the church, I mean, the church should really be like, that's a main key focal point of a feudal medieval town. So but yeah, still amazing to think that Manor Lords started as a one-man project. Absolutely, right? Very crazy, yeah. Autumn is the best. Yeah, until all your resources vanish. Yeah, right. Aesthetically, though, I agree. I think autumn is the most like that's the best aesthetics is during autumn. This is pretty nice though with the winter. Getting flash bombed a little bit though. The fishes. Don't forget the fishes. That's right. No fish, no mushrooms, no berries. Ready for more development points? Yep, that's definitely coming, I'm sure. It sounds like, based on what some of these people were mentioning from watching Darren, I guess maybe more development points may be coming in the upcoming beta patches or whatever, so we'll see. Yeah, so yeah, more cards, and yep, there we go. Not having to unlock grains and fruit to plow. Yeah, that is true. I kind of have mixed feelings on that. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the old development tree, or I guess it wasn't really a tree, but you know what I mean. I kind of like the old development perk system. I thought it was kind of cool that, like, you know, not every region just automatically was able to make apples or, you know, put in orchards or be able to harvest rye or whatever else. I see it both ways. It's definitely cool now that they're available standard, but like you know, it's a double-edged sword because they also added like way more. So now it's like almost more of like a necessity. You know what I mean? Like beforehand, it was like, oh, are you going to set up this town to be producing fruit and orchards and stuff like that? And that's something that you're going to need to like invest into, and that's going to be like an added benefit. Versus now they added like all these extensive requirements and stuff, so it's kind of like, you know, the orchards are available standard, so it's like you kind of need orchards now. You know what I mean? So I don't know, a bit of a double-edged sword in that regard. I thought it was kind of cool how you could, you know, you kind of customize the regions a bit more in that regard. Like certain buildings and stuff were only available for certain regions, whereas like right now the development perks don't, you know, they only offer modifiers, right? They don't offer any unique unlocks. And for me, that's missing. I thought that was really cool in the last development perk system, that you unlock things, right? You unlock unique buildings, you unlock unique, you know, research or whatever, you know what I mean, that you need to get from the development tree system. In my opinion, that's now missing in the current one. So we'll see how that goes moving forward. But, you know, that's just me. You started right before the development change. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people who are starting out now. It's like don't even really have any frame of reference. So I get it. Yeah. Yeah, stone paths and roads would be kind of cool too, I guess. Yeah, similar to like Farthest Frontier. If you know a way around Unreal Engine 5, you can mod it, especially if you're proficient on C++. Yeah, I mean, that's true too. That's true too. So many guides are always welcome, and I think they will be viable for more than a month or two, in your opinion. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It is tough. I mean, of course, I mean, just like with anything, of course, there's always going to be, you know, haters or, you know, whatever, you know, basically haters or something along that lines or whatever. But yeah, I gotta say, I mean, there's just like so many comments that like, you know, and I'll do my best to like update the description, put in the pinned comment, whatever. Like, guys, like here's some of this information already changed. Like here, I posted this new video to like get you guys. And there's just like so many comments of people that are just like, dude, like this information's all incorrect. You're misinforming people. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just like, dude, like, you know, it's kind of tough. Of course, like I said, to a certain extent, you just gotta kind of, if you're gonna do anything with social media or just in life in general, you gotta kind of deflect things like that. But yeah, it is frustrating, you know. Oh, hey, what's up, Chill Pill? Welcome in. Yo, hey, dude, welcome. Hope you had a good holiday week, dude. Chill Pill, how are you? Happy Sunday, dude. Good to see you. Yeah, sorry, we're just kind of chatting here for a bit. But yeah, coming into this year here, once we get out of winter, we're going to go ahead and go on a combat spree. We've got a decent amount of influence. We'll take some regions and go to battle and all that kind of stuff. Have some fun with that. Get a little sunset action here. Sorry, I'm kind of just ranting. I think they won't get worn passages around the world. Yeah, they worked on. Yeah, Chill Pill. You feel like they kind of messed it up. Yeah, since they worked on it. See, I remember you've commented that, Chill Pill. Yeah. See, there's kind of two different schools of thought there. I kind of agree. And you know, once again, maybe there's probably like an aspect of like, you know, I don't know, nostalgia or whatever, right? To be like, oh, like, right, like anything. It's always easy to be like, oh, the original version was the best. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I do kind of agree. I do kind of have I do kind of miss the old, simpler version of Manor Lords. I'm not gonna lie. One thing you'd like to see, what's up, Prank? You'd like to see added is architecture aesthetics based on reading Yeah, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, kind of similar to what we were saying about, yeah, like different like building models available for the church or whatever, or at least like key buildings in the town. Maybe have a little variation based on some of those factors. Yeah, no, I totally agree. That would be really cool so that there's a little more variation on what the towns look like cuz they all kind of look similar, I would say at this point, right? They look nice. They look very nice. Don't get me wrong. They look really nice. But yeah, that would definitely take it to the next level. True Blue, you'd like to see a better indicator for plotting points on snow. Oh my gosh. Now that is a great call. Yeah, let's see. I mean, you know, it's not like horrible, I guess, but like, dude, I totally know what you mean. Sometimes when you're when you're trying to do stuff on the snow, and I guess it's not so bad now because we're at nighttime, but when it's like peak, like the sun's out and it's bright and the snow is like really shining white and stuff, sometimes it's almost impossible to see like what the heck is even going on with like, putting plot points and stuff. So definitely agree on that. That's a good call, yeah. Tech Train Farthest Frontier is a sight to behold. I agree. I do agree with that, Bath. Now, I don't know if you remember, but when we did a couple of those Farthest Frontier streams in the recent past, yeah, I definitely remember saying, like, dude, that the tech tree, that was one of the last things that they implemented into Farthest Frontier. The tech tree was literally never a thing until I think like 0.98 or something. Like it was like pretty much the last patch that ever came out for that game right before the full release. And yeah, once it came, I was just like, dude, this is this is like way too extensive, dude. Like it's like every single thing in the game is like in the tech tree. You know what I mean? Like that one is like too extensive. So we're looking for a middle ground here, you know? One of the things you're really looking forward to is when they work on the regions you take over, able to set it as a mark. Oh, true. Yeah, 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 yeah. So when you do, I don't know if we'll be able to preview it here because we don't have another region to take. But yeah, I know what you mean. We can preview that in a sec once we do our combat stuff here and take some more regions. Oh, here we go, baby. But yeah, I know what you mean. They do have they have those like separate options for like farming town, mining town, whatever that are there. It says like coming soon or whatever. That'll be cool too. Yeah, hopefully then it'll make like expanding it. See, like I said, the whole regional system and like expanding into new regions and stuff like that should really be like a main flagship component of this game, right? So things like that, right? Adding the different options for settlement camps and stuff like that. That's great. That kind of stuff I think is really great. I think encouraging people to expand into the regions and embrace that aspect of the game is definitely something that's a bit lacking. And the more they add to that, I think it's going to be really cool. It's frustrating when people don't understand that an early access game is an early access game. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a whole world. I mean, we could sit here literally all day and discuss that topic. To be honest, but yeah. I mean, ultimately, is what it is. Did anyone starve in the meantime? No. No starvation this time, Dad. Welcome back. You now just put the banner with one tower, set the tax, and don't even look at it. It's not flammable now. I don't even put walls. Banner sucks. Hangs my game. I mean, I don't blame you, Chillpill. Yeah, I totally hear you, dude. Totally hear you. Yeah. Oh, you had a little fish and chips. Nice, Bath. I haven't had fish and chips in a while. It sounds kind of good. Well, not that we have fish and chips over here like you have in England, but... After Farthest Frontier, you're now trying to play WRSR. What is that? Watch tutorials from like 2 weeks and still unable to play. Super complicated. Oh, Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Oh, I've seen. Yeah, I know that game. I haven't played it, but I know what it is. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one's definitely like very like extensive, complex and stuff, right? It can be too complicated. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for sure. Super complicated. Yeah. What's up, Jackal? You'd like to see a battlefield marker of past battles? Oh, that would be kind of cool too. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. Definitely, that could be cool. Yeah. What's up, Mark Jarvis? You'd like to see more materials added, like feathers, sand, glass, fertilizer from pigs. Um, sure. Yeah. Yeah, all good suggestions. Yeah, upgraded roads, cold and clothing should have more of an impact. Yeah, agreed. I mean, right now, kind of the cold and clothing, I think, really doesn't really impact them until they die, right? I'm not really sure if it actually impacts their like productivity and stuff. But yeah, no, more like goods and stuff for sure. I know they are planning on, like we've already seen them hint about. For example, we've got like cider, is going to be coming, mead. I'm not even gonna attempt to say this name, but basically like cookies, right? So, anyways, there are. I mean, like they've even got like siege ladders in this resource wiki thing and stuff in game. So, I mean, there's definitely like we can tell there is obviously stuff that they're planning on adding, like more resources and stuff like that. And that being said, that I think that's one of the biggest changes, and in my opinion, I think that was a good change. This is one of the changes that I think was good between the last current version of the game and the new current version of the game. Not with the betas and stuff, is that they added all. Before it was just like meat was just like one kind of meat, for example, right? And now there's like like 7 different kinds of meat or whatever. So that they definitely expanded on like a whole bunch of new like resource subcategories and stuff. But yeah, agreed. Like you mentioned like feathers, sand, glass, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I totally agree because like I mentioned earlier about like the lighting for nighttime lighting, for example, we're already getting wax. I'd love to see like a candle maker, for example, in the game, or like some way to add like nighttime lighting to the game and stuff. That'd be super cool. So yeah, stuff like that would just be awesome. Secondary resources from the pros. Yeah, sure. No, I agree. Yeah, good suggestions, Mark Jarvis. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I totally agree. Yeah, and England has lots of battlefields like that marked there. Yeah, so you can see yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, heck yeah. So we could see where where the damage has been done. While we're at it, what I would really like to see is, so yeah, everyone go ahead and add your put your Christmas Manor Lords wish list here, and we'll see if anyone from the team actually pays attention. Probably not though. Don't get your hopes up. Is a marker where families are unassigned. Oh yeah, someone brought that up earlier. Yeah, agreed. No, that would be good. Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone would be happy about that. Yeah. Use the current UI and just color code the family icon. Yeah, not a bad idea too. Yeah, they could kind of just put like a simple solution like that. Yeah. You like the market mechanics of Manor Lords, but trading post functionality of Farthest Frontier is very nice. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. The I think that's one of the main mechanics and stuff in Farthest Frontier is the trading post and like the rotating traders that come to visit your town and the fluctuation of like the goods that are available and the prices of them and all that kind of stuff. But I agree, I think the market's like better in Manor Lords overall. Yeah. Really enjoy this new system, and the artwork of the region perks are amazing. Yeah, heck yeah. That's what's up. Glad to hear you guys are enjoying it. At the end of the day, I don't mean to be just like, I don't mean to be just like, whining or, complaining or whatever. It's just we all got opinions on the game and everything. That's all good. Watermills and irrigation. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Totally. That could be cool too, yeah. Butcher and baker and candlestick maker. That's right, there you go. We need, that's right. Exactly, dude. That's funny. You think you'll sub to the channel? All right, dude. We'll see. This is your moment, dude. This is the time. Sub up, baby. Yeah, dude. Like I said, if you guys are into Manor Lords, that's what we do here. That's what majority of my channel is. Manor Lords, mostly, you know, guides and helpful information. But I really like to do like challenge runs and you know, just cool little scenarios or self-imposed challenges, or also just you know, also been trying to focus a little bit more on like the aesthetics and not get so wrapped up in like, you know, min-maxing and all that kind of stuff. So we're just kind of trying to embrace all aspects of the game, but definitely a lot of the content here is gauged heavily towards you know, being informative, helping. I try to look around and see like what are the most frequently asked questions in general, you know, and make guides about it and stuff. So if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, definitely sub up and spend some time here on the channel. I guarantee you'll learn some stuff. And if you have questions or whatever, we stream every weekend on Sundays at this time. And I always try to be as like active as possible in the comments and answer questions, or, you know, engage in discussions, whatever else. I try not to take the bait on any of the rage bait comments, you know, but if it's any like legit question or anything like that, I try to be on top of answering pretty much everything as much as possible. All right, let's reset. All right, let's get ready for some military here. Let's do this. We got a ton of influence we've been racking up from all our food production, 2 different regions. Got 2 full retinues. We got plenty of money for mercenaries. Let's go ahead and buy up a couple of these guys. The crossbow, they're so expensive. I mean, we can afford them, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know if we really need to pay for those. Honestly, we're probably even fine with just this. But we can go ahead and just get the bandits too. Why not? Alright, so we'll get prepped up here for some combat. Take a couple regions. Where are these guys at? Oh, okay, nice. They didn't spawn too far away. That's good. These guys are the retinue from this region. These guys are the retinue from this region. Archers. I'm not even going to bother with these 20 spearmen. I don't think we need them. Got plenty of other melee guys. Alright, we're rallying up here, and we'll get ready to start heading out to the battlefield, contest the Baron for some of his claims. Let's do this. The farthest frontier, the gripe is having to keep sending stuff to the trading post. Oh, true. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, you have to... Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. You have to staff the trading post and have them, like... And I feel, too, like, especially, like, if a trader comes and they're, like... And they're like, oh, I'll pay extra... I'm talking about farthest frontier here real quick. And they're like, oh, I'll pay extra premium price for, you know, pottery or whatever it is. And then you're like, oh crap, like, I don't have pottery supplied. And then you tell your guy to, like, go supply pottery. It can take them, like, a while to, like, so, you know what I mean? Sometimes by the time the trader leaves, you're like, dang, like, I wasn't even able to get, like, all the pottery that I wanted to, like, sell here, you know? So I find that you kind of have to, like, pre-stock the trading post, you know what I mean? With, like, stuff that you're, like, anticipating to want to sell hopefully soon. Yeah. One trading post still the way to go. Yeah, as far as I understand, I think Baff will probably... Matter of fact, he probably already answered this. Let me see. Yeah. Current theory is yes, one should suffice. Had a game word for... Yeah. Yeah, so pretty much, like Baff said, there's no benefit to having multiple trading posts, long story short. Because there's like a cap on... So, here, let's get a perspective. The other one might be... Let's see. Okay, so here's for perspective, right? So, say we're selling... Right here, we're selling charcoal. And the maximum amount that you can sell at a time is 50. And that's pretty much the max that they can stock, too. There's a little leeway here with, like... Say there was, like... I don't know. For example, maybe there was, like, 49 charcoal that was on the trading post. And then, you know, someone went to, like, do that last bit of stocking or whatever, and then they brought a little extra, and it went up to, like, 54. But pretty much 50 is, like, the max, and that's like, per region, right? So if we were to build another trading post, we wouldn't be able to stock more charcoal to sell. You know what I mean? We already are stocking the maximum amount of charcoal that we can for trade. So that's kind of the concept there. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah. So one trading post in a logistically efficient location is going to be the best. You out, Chill Pill? Thanks, dude. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. in India. Yeah, good to see you, though, dude. Hope you had a good holiday and everything. Yeah. Good. Yeah, get some rest, dude. Thanks for popping in, man. Let's see. Certainly prefer the aesthetics. Yeah, Smarties. Yeah, I try to. Yeah, we got to embrace the little aesthetics, but also we got to be efficient too. You know, so I always try to get a little balance of both. You know, appreciate that. What do you think about level 3 artisans? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think it depends. Right? Like, so, for example, here, like, I don't know, I've got, like, so much wool and linen and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you could probably go ahead and upgrade the tailor, or, like, you know, we could probably upgrade the brewery, and they would get, you know, but it's like, I already have so much ale and stuff, it's not even really, like, necessary. But yeah, I think, like, if you have, like, an excess of the, like, crafting materials, and you have a bunch of those, and you know what I mean? I think it's good to upgrade the artisan workshops, or it can be. I don't think you'll get the same efficiency. Once again, I don't know, like, the numbers here. I'm pretty sure someone has talked about this. Maybe it was Baff, or Info Molrat, one of those guys. But I think if you upgrade, so for example, like if we upgrade our tailor's workshop from like level 2 to level 3, it's not like, I don't think we're going to get double efficiency. It's not like you add another family and then you've got twice as much, you know, work. I think it's like, you know, once again, I don't know the number here, but it's like you'll get like 50% more or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not literally like you get another family and therefore it's double the productivity. So in that regard, I think like, if you're really trying to up, like, just building a second tailor shop individually on its own would be the best way in that regard, but I'm not sure if that's exactly correct, but I do remember we talked about that recently. If anyone knows any stuff about that, definitely throw it in the chat. Going to petition on the Manor Lords Discord to increase the cost of having mercenaries. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Well, they need to rework the mercenary. I mean, this is another thing that they've talked about for year and a half now or whatever, is that they're gonna, you know, they're planning on revamping the mercenary system, because yeah, the current mercenary system is just way too simple and easy. Like, it's yeah. At least for me, and once again, you know, there's plenty of you know, players who are newer to the game, or beginners, or whatever else, that you know, it's still a challenge, and that's totally respectable. But yeah, I would say, you know, once you get a little more experience in the game, the mercenaries make things a little too easy. I would agree. Yeah. So it goes. You will get a boost of their production. Oh, here we go. Bath said it. Okay. I figured Bath would already answer this. Yeah. You'll get a boost in their production, but it does not scale. So twice as many families in that house, but only 50. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I was right. So it is 50%. All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. That being said, I think that only applies to, like you said. I know you said artisan workshops, but I want to clarify too. I don't like, for example, if you upgrade like these houses that have like a pig pen on it. If we upgrade to level 3, I don't. That's not going to have like any effect really at all. Like the pigs are just going to have the same yields or whatever. You know what I mean? Regardless, it doesn't matter how many families are living there. Should be get more family. Yep, yep. Mercenaries are easy mode. Uses mercenaries. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could also choose to not use mercenary. I've done that too. That'll probably be. I'll probably do another new challenge run. This is on my list for just a no mercenary challenge run. It's really just the problem with anything like combat related is just you end up waiting around ages for the influence. But yeah, I mean, this whole time we could have been equipping our militia and investing more into that or whatever. But I mean, it's also one of those things too. Like I say, I mean, I've also for example, like I mentioned, I posted the that short about like we do with the, like Chill Pill was the one that actually mentioned it. This is his tech that he suggested here to the channel, is how you do the strips of the pastures to get more space utilization out of them, for example. I posted that like short video, showing like this is, you can do this and here's how you do it or whatever. But several comments on there saying like, oh, this is like clearly like abusing the bug and like abusing an oversight by the developer and whatever, stuff like that. And it's just kind of like, yo, like literally every single thing in this game is an oversight by the developer, and you could consider literally any mechanic in this game an abuse. Like, because the game is unfinished and there's a litany of issues in the game. Like we just mentioned, I mean, you could literally consider using mercenaries at all an abuse of the game. You could consider having bandit camps on the map an abuse of it. You could consider, I mean, you could literally consider anything in this game an abuse of mechanics and an oversight by the devs. Because this entire game is an oversight by the devs. Because it's just a work in progress game that's full of issues. So it's kind of one of those things too where it's like, okay, so am I gonna like try to determine what do I feel like maybe is like kosher, you know what I mean? Or am I gonna be like, well, this is the game that the developer made and presented, and so I'm gonna use the mechanics that are in the game that the developer implemented, because if they didn't want it to be this way, then they should probably fix it and change it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of, depends on how you want to look at it, I guess, but. Yeah, at the moment. At the moment, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the other thing to consider too, Ned, is when you're upgrading to tier 3 is you're going to get a bunch of population increase, which, you got to make sure you're ready for that. And so not only you're going to increase your population, but also the residential demands and everything, right? So definitely got to take that into consideration. All right, we're going to go ahead and press claim on this one right here. Hatter wand, whatever. Gauntlet has been thrown. All right, battlefield locations over here. We got our army heading that way. He's sending in his army. Get all set up for battle here. All right, let's reset the lighting so we're not in the dark. Do you guys think bigger plots should allow you to have more chicken coops or more pigs in the yard? Yeah, I don't know. I know some people have asked about that one too, and before, and yeah, I feel like that one might be a little too easy to. Then you just have like herds of pigs and stuff like really easily. I think if they were gonna do that, they would need to make it like extremely expensive or something. You know what I mean? Could be cool though. The more level 1 burgages I add, the lower the approval. The more burgages I upgrade are well supplied. Well, yeah, so interesting. Yeah, Ned, good point. That's a good point, yeah. So, I mean, the way that the approval system was reworked, yeah, so you are going to get, that's a good point, yeah. So if you have, like, level 2 houses that are, like, fully supplied with all their residential demands versus a bunch of level 1 houses that are supplied with their demands, you're going to get more approval gain from the level 2 houses, for example, because they're covering more requirements or whatever, right? So, for example, if we look over here, we can see like our amenities score is 8%, general food variety 7%, market food variety 7%. See, like over here in this region, see, so like our general food variety, like it's only like 4% here. General food variety or general good variety 7%. So I don't know. I mean, you could take a look at obviously this approval thing up here and kind of compare, but I mean in general though, yeah, you're instead of like a level 1 house only filling up like all these requirements, then you get like, you know, level 2 house that's fulfilling all this stuff, you know. That's more positive impact, you know. All right, we got to lock in on our battle over here. It's a beautiful army. Here we go. All right. Read these last few comments before we get into battle here. Getting those force. Yep. I'm really looking forward to when they let the AI genius get to work on making the Baron's men tougher to beat. I know, right? I hear you, Baff. I know. I'm right there with you too, dude. Or at least, yeah. I mean, I think they can leave like the standard version how it is, but yeah, like some more options for like, yeah, more challenging combat encounters and maybe more like rewarding, you know, some rewards for like doing so or something could be pretty cool, yeah. Animal disease, yes, okay, yeah. You get, I know that's always a suggestion too. People talk about like diseases and stuff. I know for sure Greg has said he's not adding any sort of like plagues or diseases or anything like that. I know for sure he said that. Mercs breaking easier than homeland troops would make sense. Oh, that's true too. That's true too. Yeah, the mercenaries only being like so loyal, like they're not really willing to like take any risks in the battle, and they just like scatter really easily. That's a pretty good idea too. All right, here we go. We're heading into the battlefield location here. So you guys should probably know, I mean, my tactics are really heavily prioritizing the archers doing the damage. So I'm gonna have we only have 2 bands of archers here. We're a little limited in our archers in that regard, but basically I like to use the melee units to block, defend, and the archers do a majority of the damage. That's pretty much my go-to strategy, which seems to work really well, just in general. So we'll go ahead and do that here too. So since we only have 2 archers, it'll be a little less, you know, in that regard. Would like to have at least, I don't know, it'd be cool if we had like at least 1 more band of archers or something, but this will be good. But in this case, I have them fanned. You can see it kind of fanned on like either side here, because the archers the main goal is once we get engaged with the melee units, we want to move the archers around behind the enemy units. So I want to have them kind of fanned on like the edges here, so that they have an easy, quick access to be able to run around to the backside. So as the enemies are approaching, we'll just have them volleying into them. We're not gonna make the first move. Want them to come to us. And they'll probably be pretty nervous to do so because we have our... Like, they're going to want to go for our archers. Like, the enemy units will almost always want to try to come and attack your archers. But since we're cutting them off with all our melee units, they're kind of... You know, they're getting a little confused. They're just getting pelted as they're running around trying to figure out what the heck am I doing here. If they come forward anywhere, they're just going to run into our melee units and not going to be able to do anything, so... Just have these guys finish them off here. That was no problem, obviously. Alright, but they should be sending in more troops here. So we're, you know, we're challenging them to come to us. You know, we don't need to make the first move. So it looks like he wants to do a similar thing where, you know, he's got his archers back here with the melee units. See, little game of chicken here, I guess, in a little bit, right? Baron wants us to come to him, but we want him to come to us. So I don't know. Once again, I mean, like Baff said, it would be cool if they kind of improve the the AI, you know, decision making of the enemies in battle here and stuff, but. Because right now, I mean, it's like, I'm pretty sure what's happening is they're trying to, they want to target our archers. But, you know, they're like, you know, we have melee units in the way and they're trying to find a new path or whatever. It's a little wonky. I mean, they're just getting absolutely pelted by arrows the entire time. Now they're getting surrounded. Alright, so here they're coming to attack finally, so I'm going to go defense and shield wall. Now we can use our archers. So I'm going to press control, right click, and then drag, so it makes like a curved line. And we're just going to move these guys. Oh, don't even need them, they're already dead. So what we were going to do is move our archers around the back here, go shoot at will, and then have them shoot into this retinue, but they're already toast, so... Like he's got his archers kind of shooting into our archers, so we'll just oops, missile alert. Have a little archer battle here if that's what he wants to do. I mean, eventually he's gonna have to send out these troops. I mean, he's being way too cautious, you know. It's like, come on, Baron. I'm not gonna take the bait, dude. I will send in these bandits, because we don't really care about these bandits. I mean, we could be pressing in on them, but you know, it's like, dude, we have the superior force here, so. That being said, a little anticlimactic here, Baron. Come on, dude. We're ready. We're ready for you. You gonna come challenge us or what? I guess we'll start encroaching forward. I don't know what the Baron's expecting. It's like, dude, you're just gonna get crushed. Either way. Yeah, they would send in a bunch of send them into the attack. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those were the outcasts of the Baron's forces, huh? Alright, here they come. Now they're coming. Alright, we'll send one of our retinues up to charge in on their archers, make sure that those get finished up. They're charging in here. We're gonna go defense, shield wall. Boom. Our archers are still pelting these guys over here. We'll just send both of these retinues up. That's gonna be fine. I mean, this battle is just really easy. I mean, the Baron didn't really offer much of a challenge here, to be honest, so. Alright, we got our first retinue in the battle here. Here comes second retinue. Second retinue is going to come in behind here and absolutely obliterate these guys. Get him, lads! It's just, we're just gonna be in like an endless chase with their archers here. I feel like that's how most of these battles usually end, is just chasing down their archers. But yeah, I mean, the Baron really, honestly, did not really even offer much of a challenge here. I mean, this is pretty easy. Now we're just waiting for them to chase down the archers. Some say the correct phrase should be the Verloren Sack from Dutch or Afrikaans, which means the lost cause. So those are all the outcasts of the village, huh? They're just like, yeah, you go ahead and run in there and lead the charge. We'll be right behind you. All right. Come on, dude. Run these guys down. This one brigand, dude, this is the sole survivor of his little company right here, dude. Look at this guy. This guy is a Chad. Look at this guy. He doesn't care. Look, he's going in the battle, bro. He's the sole survivor of his company. He's still in it. Victory, too. This guy right here. Absolute MVP of the battle. Who is this? I wish we could promote this guy to a knight. We need to get this guy integrated into our village and promote this guy to a freaking knight, dude. What an absolute legend. He's got like arrows in his shield and everything, dude. This guy is battle hardened. Look at this. Look at this guy, dude. That's how it's done right there. What a beast. Alright, well, we won that battle. That was easy. A little too easy. Let's move on to the next. Let's claim another one. Let's go. We're claiming. Okay, so let's move our guys over there. Alright, he wants to battle over there. We're heading that way. Turn off all their shield walls and all that kind of stuff. Alright, so we'll head over here for this battle for this other region. Okay, so he's bringing his... Oh, he's bringing his troops all the way from down here. Okay, so we have some time to meet him, because we have to travel a bit, and so does he, so that's good. He's like the old man from Braveheart, dude. Absolutely, what a legend. Fleece the battlefield instead of suing for peace. Yeah. Dude, honestly, this guy right here, he is getting paid. He's taking all the money. That's a pretty cool scene right there. Actually, I think this is a pretty good screenshot right here. Get a little screenshot action real quick. That's a nice one. Oh, yeah. Onward, lads, to the battlefield. The lands are peaceful now, but not for long. We march to the Baron. Not dissimilar to what Russia did recently in Ukraine when they emptied the prisons. Holy crap, dude. That's insane. Wow. Goodness. There we go, lads. Onward to the battlefield. Yo, these guys look kind of depressed and dejected, though. Am I right? Is that just me? They're kind of like hanging their head. What's going on? We just won the battle, guys. Why so down? Why do these guys all look so dejected? This trade guy is just plowing through our army. Yo, watch out, dude. We got a military coming through here, dude. He's just plowing through. Oh my goodness, now he's flying. Now he's floating. Yeah. Good. Okay. Keep it going. Oh, there we go. He leveled out. He's back on ground. Gravity has set in again. He's weaving his way through. Oh, hold on. Coming through. My gosh. That's pretty goofy. Yeah. If you're gonna make an omelet, gotta break a few eggs. That's right. That's true. You know, as Lord of this land, I will make the necessary sacrifices for the greater good. Alright. Very good. We're heading over here to the battlefield. Alright, we're almost here. Baron's almost here too. Dude, the card, it was like a salmon trying to get upstream. Totally, that is a good description, yeah. That's basically what was going on. Alright. We're battling for Trummer Ho? Is that how do you... I'm definitely saying that wrong. Everyone squat up and Trummer Ho. Okay, it would be nice to have a little bit more of like a open area. Let's see if we can get like some archers off to the side, for example. We'll do pretty much the same strategy here. Oh, here's our lone wolf, dude. The lone wolf. All right, we gotta keep him. He's VIP. We gotta keep him. We gotta keep him safe. You know. So he's just okay. See, now he's bringing his archers up here, trying to just bait us. Okay, good. So we'll bait the baiter. So he's trying to bait us into getting pelted by the archers, but our archers are already shooting back at his. So if he wants to shoot these brigands, we'll just keep the brigands moving around. Make sure that these archers get into a bad spot. Okay, our archers are still just shooting his archers as he's coming a little too far forward, overextending. If he continues to extend, we'll just have these melee guys run in there. Hopefully the Baron sent the same general. Hopefully man, I want more of a challenge, I'll be honest. I hope the Baron hired a new general. Alright, let's get these guys in range. Okay, there we go. Let's just go ahead and charge in onto their archers here now. With our melee guys, and they came a little too far forward. Okay, that's good. That being said, now that we've extended out into their archers, he's going to probably start coming forward as well. Looks like this time he has several. Before, I think he only had one archers. This time he has... Oh, it's because... So these are his regular... He has like his regular archers or whatever, but then he also got that mercenary group of the crossbowmen. So these are crossbowmen here. So we definitely want to make sure we're taking the crossbowmen out because they do a ton of damage. Okay, so this first group of crossbowmen is going down. We're still getting shot by these other archers, so we'll go missile alert. This first group of crossbowmen is getting wrecked, though. They're toast. I'm gonna have this group of bandits go ahead and chase down these archers. I don't know. See, once again, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, what is going on here, right? Like, why would the... He's just sending his archers, like, mindlessly, like, into the woods here. All scattered, just getting destroyed. Like, come on. You can do better than that, Baron. Let's charge down these other archers over here. Alright, now we need to turn our attention to this other side. He's got majority of his melee units on the right side here. We do have archers here. We'll get our retinue. We have 2 retinues over here ready as well. Bandits are... Yeah, these guys will just shoot through the archers over here. That's fine. We're chilling. These guys are chasing down the archers that are over here. We probably don't even need 2 groups of melee units. Just this one group of melee units is going to be fine to take out these archers. So we'll leave them. Take these other guys, peel off. And let's cut off these other guys that are charging forward over here. Get in there. Have our other archers get shooting. Let's put these guys on shoot at will now that the stuff's getting a little closer. If you guys didn't know, this is a big... Make sure you use this shoot at will. Let's just read the tooltip here. Instead of shooting a volley, soldiers fire aiming directly at the enemy. Increases accuracy up close, but decreases accuracy at half the maximum range or more. So, as the enemies start like charging in closer on your units and stuff, go ahead and switch it to shoot at will, and you'll get more damage out of your archers. I'm gonna turn the lighting back on. Okay, so he brought some of his melee units back here. This is a bit rough. He's gonna probably take... This is gonna be bad for our... Yep. So our melee units over here just got broken. That was not great. We have archers over here that are still pelting them, though. We're still fine overall. I didn't necessarily mean to... Oh, dude, we got a lone wolf. Both of these... Look, there's a single brigand on both of these. These guys are absolute chads. This is their moment, dude. This is it. Oh, he's down. Only 1 brigand remains. Okay. This battle is definitely a bit more tricky than the first one. I think the Baron had more troops because he also got some mercenaries there. Alright, this group of archers should pretty much toast here. Dude, look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. There he goes, dude. I'm going in. This guy has no fear at all. Alright, their archers over there are donezo. Alright, let's just go ahead and chase down these other brigands that are over here. Alright, so we're shooting into these guys. Alright, we do need some melee support over here. Shoot, yeah, let's just go ahead and... There's not too many of these guys, but we're just going to go ahead and defend and shield wall. Just so they hold on for whatever remaining life they have left. And we're getting our retinue coming in here. Heavy. Good. We still have archers pelting them. They still have a little group of archers back here, too, which we need to take care of. But our retinue on the side should take care of this band of bandits, like, really quickly. And then we'll bring them over to the battle. Okay, so we definitely do not want... Okay, there we go. They went ahead and took care of the bandits on the side. So we don't want these melee units to crash into our archers here, so I'm moving back with the archers, and we're bringing our retinue over that just took care of the brigands on the side. We need our retinue to go ahead and engage with these guys and cut them off. And I'm going to put them on defensive. There we go. Perfect. And now our archers are right here, ready to... They're already on shoot at will. Already here around this backside. And they're just going to go ahead and... There we go. Boom. This is going to be massive damage, and these guys are going to crumble very quickly. Alright, our other retinue over here is chewing through this other set of units. Basically, they just have this one little last set of archers here. So we're on the home streak here. Alright, there we go. Got this retinue heading in on these group of archers. Yeah, that's it now. It's just these archers. Should be an easy clap here now. That one was a bit more of a challenge compared to the last battle. Oh, there they go. Broken. Victory. There we go. We just took 2 regions back to back. I think we have enough. Oh, we have enough influence for another one. Should we go for 3 back to back? No more mercenary companies? Ooh. I don't know, man. We might be a little thin here. We might be a little thin on troops. I think we gotta recuperate a little bit. There's no more mercenaries available, so at least not for this month. So, or let's put these guys over here. Let's just see where we at. May. Oh, it just went into May. I guess if we get into June, maybe if there are more mercenaries that come up, we could purchase them and then just go for a 3rd one right in a row here. But we need to see if we can get into June and get that to pop up. I assume everything's chilling in our towns. I don't think we really need to micromanage much over here, but put a little tax on this region as well. Keep our treasury high. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much... Oh, yeah, we turned off the taxes in our main regions. We'll turn those back on, too. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much just kind of... Our towns are, like, coasting, to be honest. So it would be nice to see if we can get... Let's see what happens if we come into June. Medieval expert, review the game. Oh, yeah, I think I saw that video. Yeah. He's like a historian or whatever, yeah. Yeah, a medieval historian reacts to Manor Lords. I think I've seen that video. I think I know that one. Okay, June's coming up. June. Oh, okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, see, now this kind of stuff is like where I'm like, you know, this mercenary system is definitely just like broken, like on top of the fact that they're like really cheap, but like the Baron just hired these guys, the 2 crossbowmen. We just we just killed the crossbow. We just literally just killed this mercenary group, and now they're back on the pool. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of silly. Like these guys should be dead and gone. Anyways. Ugh, got a long trek to get over there. Yeah, that's gonna be quite the trek. Maybe we meet. Maybe we go to this region, meet at the halfway point. Maybe that'll be faster. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, here we go. We're going to go for our 3rd region claim in a row. Frost check. Claim. Let's see if the Baron finds a new general. Okay. Battlefield's right here. Build a bridge across the lake. I know, dude. My bad. I gotta get on that. I think we have enough planks. We probably have enough planks for it. Build the great bridge of Lake Lim. Okay. Let's... Okay, good. Yeah, we have a bunch of archers this time. We have 4 companies of archers this time. Okay. Oh, these guys are just getting... we got so many archers all over the place. They're getting absolutely pelted right now by 3 different companies of archers. Alright, move another one of these melee guys over here. Okay, this is not a bad setup. I like this. Alright, let's cut these guys off. Alright, these brigands will crumble very easily. That should be no problem. Okay, that was easy. Okay, I want to move these guys. If I can, get these guys engaged on these archers, that would be kind of nice. But we're just kind of watching their movements for now. We don't want to get sucked into this retinue necessarily. Okay, I think we'll go ahead and pull the trigger here. Get them in on these archers. We don't want them just kind of freely shooting on any of our stuff. Okay, that's good. See, but the problem is now he's going to bring in his retinue. We're going to switch to defensive. So these guys, our melee units over here, are probably going to get clapped. This retinue is going to destroy them. So we need to make sure... We're going to bring our, these archers. We need to be doing heavy damage to the backside of this retinue. So we're going to set up archers right here. We're going to go shoot at will, and we're going to shoot into the backside of this retinue. And hopefully our spearmen here can hold up for, you know, as long as they can on defensive. As they're chewing through their archers. But, yeah, they're getting destroyed by this retinue right now. But hopefully we're just buying time where our archers are pelting their retinue. Okay, now back to this side. Pretty straightforward. We're going to have these guys... Let's get them formed up here real quick before they engage. See if we can get a shield wall. Oh, not available in dense forest. Okay, can't shield wall in the forest. Okay, no worries. So we just have regular stand your ground. So they're engaged. Let's go ahead and rotate one of our retinues over to this side, because I think we need a bit more force on this side. Our archers are doing a heavy damage to this retinue, though. Look at that. Look at that damage to that retinue. That is crazy, dude. We're absolutely shredding them. That's really good. And they're like in the middle of the woods, so they have a debuff, and our archers are not in the woods. So that's good. See, we don't have any surrounded by trees debuff, but their units do. So our archers have better bonuses to them in that regard, which is really good. It looks like we need to cut off these guys over here. So we have our retinue engaged over here. Alright, looks like we need to just shift. We have these guys, our military that's on the right side of the map isn't really helping us right now. So we need to shift these guys over. Everyone move. Everyone's rotating right now. Okay, so I think hopefully our retinue here, their retinue, I mean, is almost completely shredded right now from our archers mainly destroying them. Is really good. Looks like they came in. All right, their archers ran over here and just got broken for whatever reason. That's fine. All right, there goes their retinue. Nice, that was perfect, dude. Our archers absolutely destroyed their retinue. That was perfect. And now we've rotated around once again to the backside here. Same thing. Shoot at will. We've got our retinue engaged with their melee units on defensive. We're just blasting into the backside here of their infantry. Just like that, guys. Dude, the amount of damage... I see a lot of people... I see a lot of comments about, like, how archers are, like, so weak and underpowered and stuff. Honestly, I think you just need to kind of... If you utilize them correctly, right? I don't think the archers are really meant to be, like, oh, just stand here and shoot out volleys, you know what I mean? That's not really going to do much damage. What you really got to get them rotated around, like the backside of enemies, put on this shoot at will, and when they just like pelt arrows into the backside of those enemies, dude, the damage is absurd. So that's how you got to use those archers. Well, there we have it. So there's only 2 more regions left that the Baron owns. We're out of influence now. But that was really good. So we got a second town set up over here. We expanded into a new town in our in a second region, and we went on the offensive and we took 3 more regions from the Baron. We've been sacrificing food. We have just been like producing a ton of food and sacrificing at the Tith or whatever for more influence, and using that to press claim and stuff. So yeah, not bad, guys. Nice battles. Yeah, cool. All right, y'all. Well, I think that'll probably be a good stopping point here for today. Yeah, good stuff though. Got a new region settled, expanded, a new town. Got a bunch of food production, sacrificing for influence. We went ahead and took 3 regions from the Baron. Some nice combat and military engagements. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I had some nice views and stuff here. We'll see if we can catch one more sunrise before we sign out here. But yeah, I just want to reiterate, I've been working really hard on this new, new profitable items list and new like economy and profits guide. Should be, it's going to be a pretty big one. So that will be coming out. Hopefully, I have a lot of it done, but it's just such a massive one. I'm hoping it'll be posted by tomorrow, but if not, then Tuesday for sure. But keep your eye on that, guys. I hope you guys check that out, and I hope you find it useful. I hope you like it and stuff. But yeah, we'll next Sunday we'll be back with another live stream. We'll keep these coming. It's always nice engaging with you guys. I really appreciate you guys popping in and chatting and giving your your feedback, your questions, your input, all that kind of stuff. It's always cool. Yeah, for anyone, tell them to look up the Battle of Agincourt. Oh, I've never heard of that. I'll have to look that up myself, actually. Sounds pretty cool. Some historical battle. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you, Baf. Yeah. Yeah, thank you all for being here. Yeah, I hope you guys have had a wonderful holiday. Early Happy New Year to you guys. Really hope that you guys have a really awesome, New Year's Eve, or if you're doing something fun, or even if you're just kind of keeping it low key, just chilling at home, whatever you're doing. Hope you guys have a great New Year's, and coming into 2026 here, guys. It's this week. I mean, it's pretty crazy, right? Frappo Dingo, what's up, dude? Hey, thank you so much. Just discovered the channel yesterday. Thanks for the content. Very helpful. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that. It means a lot. I do my best. Trying to, like I said, a lot of the stuff is definitely gauged towards, being kind of helpful, informative guides. Definitely a lot of beginner-friendly, formatted stuff. So that's great to hear. So we're going to keep it coming. More stuff's coming very soon, since there was, once again, all these updates that just came out and changed a lot of stuff. So I'm working on catching up. I also went through and, I unlisted a few, there's some older videos that just completely weren't relevant anymore that I unlisted. And, we're kind of revamping a lot of those videos and guides and stuff for the current version of the game. As Baf said, this is how the game is at the current moment, So we're doing our best to keep up with all that and keep the best information coming. So yeah, like I said, hopefully guys keep your eye out for tomorrow. Hopefully this economy guide should be coming out. And can't wait to hear what you guys think. And I hope it helps. And I hope you guys have a, like I said, fantastic new year coming up. And yeah, guys, it's been fun today. I think we had some really cool stuff, going on here today. Cool, one more sunrise for the books there. All right, y'all. With that, I think we are signing off, guys. So thank you so much once again. Appreciate you guys. All the best wishes for your 2026 here, guys. And we're going to keep moving forward. Hopefully we keep improving and keep growing here on the channel coming into 2026. I got big, you know, big aspirations and big plans. So we'll keep it going, guys. Hope you guys like the economy guide. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. So, all right, y'all. Thank you so much. We're signing off. Have a good rest of your Sunday.